Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo, and Mr. Frank Ano Dompre, Mr. Alasan Tampuli, Mr. Jerry Ahmed Shaib.
In a dramatic turn of events, the Speaker later reversed the suspensions, and it followed appeals from both the minority and majority leaders.
I, on behalf of my caucus, would want to assure the public that such an action will not be seen in the public space. I also, on behalf of my side, appeal to you to reconsider your decision.
A special committee was swiftly constituted to investigate the disturbances. Witnesses were invited, testimonies were taken, and a report was compiled. But that report has never been made public. 1 year later, it has still not been laid before the House, let alone debated the decision taken. And while that report gathers dust on the shelves somewhere in Parliament, MPs captured on live television vandalizing public property have walked free. There have been no prosecutions, no surcharges, no restitution, simply no accountability. Parliament appears to have collectively moved on. And in Parliament, where every disagreement now generates chaos, some fear even worse scenes may yet unfold.
Kwekwa Sante with that report, and definitely we'll get you updates from Parliament as it resumes today. Now, almost 400 students of Tolon Senior High School in the northern region have been displaced after a fire outbreak destroyed their dormitory and belongings. This is the second fire incident at the girls' dormitory following a similar blaze in 2022. Martina Bugri reports.
There have been two separate fires affecting two schools, the Tolong Senior High School Girls Dormitory and the Northern School of Business Girls Dormitory in the space of 1 week. These fires have destroyed properties including books, mattresses, uniforms, among others. Addressing the media, the Northern Regional Minister, Adolf John Ali, said those who are badly affected have been given a 1 week external exit.
Those who are severely affected will be given some form of external exit so that they can go home and then prepare a bit and then come back within 1 week. And I'm sure within this 1 week period, the headmaster and his able lieutenants around him would have found some temporary way of handling them when they come back.
The Northern Regional Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Fire Service, Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1 Baba Hudu, said the combustible materials in the room intensified the heat, reason for the serious damage that occurred.
Well, calm has been restored to Abunyanya in the Nkwanta North district of the Oti region after a violent clash linked to a land dispute left 2 people dead. Police say investigations are ongoing to identify and arrest those responsible for the killings. Here's DC for Nkwanta North District Assembly, Isaiah Kuju Dodo.
Now it's calm. The security is on ground both night and then day 24/7. So the environment is calm. Whilst the women and the children leave the community, we are trying to make sure they go back. As now we are doing, because we know the particular area those who came and then attack. We know that there are 2 factions. So according to this faction did the attack, but this was the faction who attacked. But the particular people went and meet the guys. So we are now doing investigation to take arrest.
Rising drug-related arrests have prompted the Ministry of the Interior to announce plans to establish specialized narcotic courts to fast-track prosecutions. The move follows new data showing increased arrests linked to drug use and trafficking. Interior Minister Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak said the courts have become a necessity as he handed over pickup trucks and motorbikes to boost the Commission's operational capacity.
Ladies and gentlemen, government recognizes the effective drug control does not end with arrest and seizure. Sustainable impact requires credible prosecution and timely justice. This is why we continue to support the effort to strengthen Narcotics Control Commission's prosecutorial mandate, deepen collaboration with the Attorney General's Department, and advance discussions towards the establishment of a specialized narcotics court to fast-track drug-related cases and enhance deterrence.
He further expressed concern over the growing use of tramadol in the country, noting that seizures of the drugs have now surpassed all other narcotics.
At the same time, the drug market is evolving, with tramadol accounting for 23% of the seized MPS piles, whilst the remaining 77% reflects a growing range of other psychotropic substances.
Now, Chair of the Ahanta Municipal Security Council has rejected calls by anti-Galamsey campaigners that chief executives superintending over areas with active illegal mining activities should be sacked. This comes on the back of latest raid by the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMAS, which led to the seizure of a cache of weapons from illegal miners mining in portions of the Butre River in the Ahanta West district of the Western region. We'll hear from the MCE shortly. Let's take a listen to convener for the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, Ken Ashipi, calling for the head of MMDCs who have failed in the fight against the canker.
They also, where there are mining committees in those districts and in municipalities, they are the heads of them. And so when Galamsey is happening in those communities, then what are they doing as representatives of His Excellency the President? And we know that His Excellency himself had said one of the major KPIs so far as the fight against this illegality was concerned was going to be holding our MCs and our DCs accountable.
But MCE for Ahanta West, Ebenezer Kofi Edu says such calls are unfounded.
I think that he's been unfair to the MMDCs. I think that what Ken should have said was, if an MC is involved in Galamsey, then it means that that person is going contrary to what the president wants us to fight. Because as I told you, fighting Galamsey is a collective effort. And for me as a person, as a mining engineer, how I understand the mining processes, I believe that with this cooperative mining coming in and making sure that people mine responsibly, definitely the Galamsey activities are going to go down. So
Ghana has been selected to host the 2026 edition of resumption Media Awards. This follows the country's recognition at this year's event in Cotonou, Benin. At the same ceremony, Joy News' MFA Tiamwa Eli was adjudged Best Journalist in Health Reporting in the radio category. Here's more. The announcement was made at the 2025 resumption Media Forum and Awards for the Promotion of Health and Environment. The event coincided with the commemoration of World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day, placing a strong spotlight on diseases that continue to affect millions across Africa but receive limited media attention. At the closing ceremony, Ghana was named Most Committed Country in resumption 2025. Yusuf Bamba is president of resumption.
Les médias ne sont pas de simples observateurs.
The media are not mere observers. They are agents of social change. By addressing neglected tropical diseases with rigor, humanity, and consistency, we can help save lives and restore hope to affected populations.
Ghana's recognition was further reinforced when country coordinator MFA Tiamwa Eli was adjudged Best Journalist in Health Reporting radio category, emerging among journalists from across West and Central Africa.
For me, this award means staying true to the social contract of journalism. And for resumption Ghana, the multimedia group that I represent, it is a call for us to stay committed to telling stories that bring hope and make people feel dignified in society.
Congratulations, MFA Tiamwa Eli. And that's how we end this morning's bulletin here on Joe 99.7 FM. Up next is Business with Derek Kwal on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ah, Google me. Now, what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Yo, Anna. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. After Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs be dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here, and a work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say me. Join the Absa family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with Absa. Your story matters.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Brush, 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 that's a bit. Brush, that's a bit.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush your teeth right. Brush your teeth. Brush it from and down. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Brushing gets more fun with your kids with the new Pepsodent Kids toothpaste. Give their smiles protection that lasts. Grab yours today from a store near you. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release balm on the pack.
Yes, so the support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy to help them win at school.
Ah, then I like this one.
Your champs need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast, now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further. Milo. This advert is FDA approved.
Ama, big news! Star Oil is now the largest oil marketing company in Ghana.
Wow, that's huge!
Yes, so the largest distributor of petroleum products in Ghana. Ever since I switched to Star Oil, my car runs smoother. The fuel lasts longer, no strange engine sound, just clean, powerful performance.
Oh, same here. I used to refill every 3 days until I switched to Star Oil. Now, my fuel lasts way longer. I don't know what magic is inside, but my car loves it.
Exactly. It's not magical. From Accra to Kumasi to Tamale, Star Oil day everywhere with 240 filling stations and counting. That's why more Ghanaians are choosing Star Oil.
Hey, my tank is almost empty. I am heading to Star Oil right now before the queue starts.
I'm right behind you, Ama.
We set out with a mission to serve better and lead boldly. We're proud to say we are Ghana's #1 oil marketing company. To our loyal Star Savers across the country, thank you for believing in us. Star Oil, quality and affordable fuels for all.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Why shall I way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV, 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now, Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Speak Now, Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you, which means we can now bring you the Joy Business Report brought to us by Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. And Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Akpafu.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, man?
God is taking care of his children.
Yes, God is still taking care of his children, you know.
Yeah, he is.
Hope you had a good night's sleep.
I did. I managed a few hours, yes. Yeah,
we thank God. We thank God.
We're back again.
Yeah, we're back again for God and country. And you know, this morning our focus is on financial well-being. Okay, in the month of January, we were talking about health and wellness. But now that we are well, now that we know what
Money
we must
matters.
do to be well, you know, money matters. Okay, because when it comes to wellness and everything, money is very crucial. And so this morning we're having a conversation about the mindset.
Wow.
How to have that wealthy mindset. You know, everything starts with the mind.
Wow.
How do you create that mind? Is a conversation we want to have. Now, what are some of the things that we do that are not right? What must we change? And in changing them, you know, how do we change them? And into what do we change them? Is that conversation we're having here on the Super Morning Show. Yeah, it's very important, Darrell, because look, we've always said that the best time to start saving towards Christmas or end of year is now. Okay, but also people have said, oh, I need different streams of income. You know, I rely on my salary. So what is it that you can do? What is it that you can do? And before you do that, it all starts with the mind. If you want to go into farming, it will start with your mind.
Yeah.
Because you need to be mentally prepared. Okay? If you want to go into retail or you want to go into consultancy, so whatever it is that you want to do, how do you cultivate that mindset? And that's the conversation we're having this morning. So in this month of February, our focus is on building your finances.
I'm excited about that.
No, everybody like whenever we talk about finance, everybody's happy.
Yeah. It's a good conversation to have.
Yeah, you know, people always talk about we need various streams of income. We need to make more money and all of that.
But that is true. That's also true, right?
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
But you see, anyway.
I know it's going to generate another conversation.
It will, but you know, in talking about various streams of income, you must also think about the fact that how do you do that without it affecting the current job that you do?
Okay.
It mustn't affect it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody says don't do that, but you must be careful.
Yeah, and I guess having multiple streams of income doesn't necessarily mean that you can manage the monies when they come to you.
Well,
yeah. That's also another argument, right?
Yeah. And then sometimes you could just let your money work for you. You know, for all the people who complained about January, it was so long, you survived, which means you can actually save. Okay? Yes, if you survive January, it means you can save. So why don't you save then?
And you can invest.
You can invest too. Well, Parliament resumes today, but of course, like you heard in the news, it's been a year.
I can't believe it's been a year.
Yeah, since the controversy during the appointment committee's vetting.
I remember that so well.
Yeah. We still don't know what's happened to the report. It will be important to know what happened. And so the Speaker and leadership of Parliament should make that public. We all watched it. But Darrell, who gets the trumpet this morning? The trumpet brought to us by ECG. You know, stealing electricity is not patriotic. So call 0302-611-611 to report illegal connections for 6% of the recovered amount as your reward.
Well, this morning we celebrate one of our own. Join news editor Emefa Ewenam at TMY Eli. She was adjudged best journalist in health reporting in the radio category of the Resumption Media Forum and Awards. And so, yeah, we bagged our first award for the year. And Emefa Ewenam at TMY Eli, a very hardworking lady. She deserves a trumpet this morning.
So to you, Emefa Ewenam Atiamwa Eli. I call her Emefa Atiamwa Eli. For short, we say
trumpets. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, Ghana reference rate for the month of February likely to drop marginally to 14.58%. Also coming up, total revenue from the oil sector for last year declined significantly to $769 million plus. Cargo railway services on Tema Impakadan rail line to commence in August this year. Details coming up. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidua on KTU Radio. The Ghana reference rate for the month of February 2026 is likely to go down marginally to reach 14.58%. This is based on our calculations from the established industry formula. Details in the following report.
The Ghana reference rate, a key benchmark for setting of interest rates by commercial banks, and it stood at 15.68% for the month of January 2026. However, based on our own calculations, the rate should go down to 14.58%. Now, we arrived at this final figure based on the formula used in calculating the reference rate. That is, take the monetary policy rate of 15.5%, the interbank rate of about 14.19%, and the treasury bills rate of 11.19%, expressed in the formula given. That should let us arrive at this rate of 14.58%. Based on the established formula, it is clear that the monetary policy rate accounted for the highest weighting in the basket when it comes to calculating this reference rate. If the commercial banks don't apply any extra charge, then we could see the reference rate be announced on Wednesday at a rate of 14.58%. It actually represents about 1.1% cut in the reference rate from the month of January 2026.
Meanwhile, President of the Canada-Ghana Chamber of Commerce, Linda Vasnani, is asking banks to move quickly to cut interest rates when the reference rate is announced.
The interest rates, even though inflation has reduced, the interest rates are still high. I know the government have made a lot of measures to try and improve that, but people still don't feel it in their pockets. So it's very important that, number one, they reduce taxes even further, and number two, the interest rate as well.
You heard there Linda Vasnani, President of the Canada-Ghana Chamber of Commerce. Now, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has revealed many businesses are having serious challenges with access to credit from commercial banks. The Chamber says this has resulted in the collapse of some enterprises. Stephen Miezan is President of the Chamber.
I traveled all the way to New Ebring to visit a company that is producing a company under the One factory that is producing broker for export, and they are not even getting the funding to be able to produce. So they've totally shut down, laid off people, about 100 members of staff. So we needed to come and visit them to understand the challenges. And when they come out, we were talking about getting access to the funding. So it is not so much of the work that the Bank of Ghana is doing, the Finance Ministry is doing to ensure that rate comes down. Even if rate comes down to 10%, and you can't get access to it, for us, it's a zero-sum game. So we are entreating the financial institutions to do very well to ensure that they make funding available to the private sector, to the industry.
You heard the President of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Stephen Miezan. Now, total revenue from crude oil exploration and export activities in Ghana declined significantly. Data secured from government showed it reached $769 million at the end of 2025. Here's more.
In 2024, the total receipts from oil-related activities in Ghana reached $1.63 billion. Now, fast forward to the end of December last year, and the amount stood at $769 million. The development can be linked to challenges in Ghana's oil sector in terms of declining production and challenges of prices of crude oil on the international market, which impacted on Ghana's revenue. For some, if this trend should continue this year, that might not be good for government when it comes to revenue mobilization. Let's focus on the 2025 performance. Well, the report showed that despite the not so good numbers, corporate tax brought in some $346 million compared to that of more than $500 million that we had in 2024. For last year, $863 million was paid by the oil exploration firms as surface rental. In terms of monies realized from crude oil savings, it stood at $1.5 billion. A careful look at the numbers over the past 3 years showed that what we recorded in terms of revenue for last year was the lowest compared to 2024 and 2023.
Now, the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies is asking the National Petroleum Authority to crack the whip to ensure market compliance. It's emerged the two oil firms, AMSA and Radiance, based on quotes on their service station boards, pricing below the regulator's price floor. Listen to Chairman of COMAC, Gabriel Kumi, talk to us about this development, which he says is not good for the industry.
The buck stops with the regulator to crack the whip and really make sure that the policy you have put in place is working and is working properly. I think the source of all this problem is the fact that that policy is not working properly. And the reason why we have that policy is because of some illegal products that found itself in the market that were being priced so low that it was really negatively affecting people who were doing genuine business. So these are the problems that must be tackled. And these are the reasons why the floor pricing came to be. So we will urge the regulator to be up and doing on that.
Let's turn to rail transport now. Chief Executive of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Dr. Frederick Apoh, has disclosed that government will launch a cargo train service from Tema Port to Mpakadan from August 2026. The rail line is already running passenger service from Tema to Afienya, but is hoping to add cargo from June this year. Dr. Apoh disclosed this to journalists at a media encounter in Accra.
In terms of the cargo trains, yes, we are in the process of the procurement process to secure or procure 2 locomotives and some wagons. And we are going to bring them in by Q2, that's June of this year. And we will start trial run, give or take, by July. And I'm very optimistic, cautiously optimistic, that by 1st of August, we will begin revenue service on the line of the cargo. So yes, we are bringing 2 new locomotives, 3,000 horsepower, and some wagons to do the haulage on the line, on Tema to Mpakadan.
You had the Chief Executive of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Dr. Frederick Apoh. Now, a president of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Michael Akafia, has said despite the surge in gold prices, mining firms will not be complacent. Gold prices have seen dramatic reversals, with spot gold falling nearly 10% at one point. Akafia, who is also Vice President for External Affairs at Goldfields, said that while higher prices offer opportunities, companies remain cautious. He made the remarks while interacting with journalists of the Africa Extractive Media Fellowship.
The worst thing is to be complacent. In fact, the best thing is not to lose competitiveness, is to become complacent based on current gold price, because you know that what goes up comes down, and you must believe. We've seen it before, and so we are always sort of living in fear and anticipation. So the way you configure your mind now is to prepare you for that, because the longer the boom, the longer the bust period. That's how cycles work, unfortunately, and it's like that. If it goes, it's like a fall. Anything that goes up, the harder the fall, the higher the rise, the harder the fall. Those things you put money in should put you in readiness for that price crash.
That was President of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Michael Akafia, also Vice President for External Affairs and Head Legal at Goldfields, speaking with journalists of the Africa Extractives Media Fellowship. Now, the Publican Artificial Intelligence System deployed by the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority has gone live at the Tema Port. The system is expected to boost efficiency and revenue. Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapon, says this system will not result in any additional charges at the ports.
We are set to implement this tool at our entry points. That is going to, one, help our officers to process declarations efficiently and faster. We also believe that it's going to help us to bring parity in terms of determination of duties, and so that all importers will be able to have to pay the duties as appropriately. And also, thirdly, to ensure that we augment and raise the necessary revenues that we need for the state. I also like to use this medium to assure and to emphasize the point that this implementation is not going to lead to an additional charge on importers.
Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapon, there. Let's turn to investor eye, and mobile money operators are cautioning the public to remain vigilant and safeguard their mobile wallet pins by avoiding discussions about wallet transactions with anyone and keeping their pins confidential. Take a listen.
Never discuss any wallet transaction that involves your PIN or your wallet with anybody. If MTN or mobile money will call you. We call, there's a number that we call. Please dot that number and even store it on your phone. That's the only number that we used to call. Any number that call that is not 0244 300,000. Please do not discuss your wallet with them. Report those numbers and we'll take actions on those numbers.
Abdul Majid Rufai, Senior Manager of FinTech at Mobile Money Limited, there with Investor Eye. Before we go and look at the markets, crude oil selling at $66 a barrel. Gold increased by $155 to open trading at $4,817 an ounce. Cocoa added $45 to open trading at $4,210 a ton. On the currency market, the dollar going for 11 cedis 15 pesos. That's what major commercial banks are offering their clients. A British pound 15 cedis 18 pesos. The euro going for 13 cedis 16 pesos. The forex bureau is quoting the dollar at 11 cedis 95 pesos. More news on our website myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for listening. Here's Winston with more of the Super Morning Show.
Thank you very much, Daryl. I like the investor eye. You know, last time I got a call from somebody who said he had sent me 2,700 cedis.
Okay.
And so he was in a hospital and needed the money badly. And I said, well, I haven't received
that amount.
Any message, so I can't wait. If I get the message, I don't know. Then he calls back. Oh, no. I mean, check your wallet. I'm like, guy, hold on. I'm not going to check anything. Wait, okay? I'm going to call MTN. But if you strongly think that you've sent me that money, call Momo. They would actually reach out to me and they would find out if I've received that money. And I'll let them withdraw that from my account and send it to you. I'm not going to go key in my, password and then you start doing your things.
Unfortunately, there have been many victims.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
and we've had those stories over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. And this guy would, send you a cash and allow cash out alert, with this thing. I'm like,
and the kind of pressure they put on you.
Yeah,
it's
they put a lot of pressure on you. I'm not like so. After 3, so I called, checked, and I realized that nobody had sent any money to me. So why was this guy engaged in that?
Obviously, a fraudster.
Yeah, Anyway, the city at 11 cedis 15 pesos. It is well. The city must appreciate.
Still marking time.
It must appreciate. It must appreciate. Anyway, let's have our inspirational song for today, Daryl. It's one by Dunsin Oyekan, Undignified.
Okay, that's one of my favorites.
Actually. Oh, that's one of your favorites,
yeah.
Eh? Oh, okay. So Jojo chose this with you in mind then. Let's enjoy it.
Testify.
And that's Dunsin Oyekan with our inspirational song this morning here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Time for news review. And yesterday I told you I had a special guest in studio. He's back today. Lawyer Eric Owusu-Sai. And also as Parliament resumes, sitting today. And after 1 year of that chaos during the appointments committee, vetting processes, Kweku Asante, our parliamentary correspondent, is here with us. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Kweku.
Good morning. The headmaster, Winston.
Oh,
headmaster. Yeah, I mean, look at the head with the microphone. I mean, that's the real headmaster.
You call me headmaster.
Oh no, headmaster, as in you are the head of the host, you know.
Headmaster, look at the head. Abranti, what should we do? Your time will come. Anyway, let's get to our Drive Safe campaign, brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, supported by Toyota Superior Quality and Imperial General Assurance, solid protection. So you know what to do. Avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on at night. And in driving with your lights on at night, please don't use your high beams, okay? Always make sure that you don't blind the driver opposite you. When you do that, it impairs visibility and could result in accidents. Which means we can learn how to say it right this morning. It's brought to us by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
So today I want us to learn something, how to say it right. Behind the scenes and not behind the scene. I know some of you use behind the scene, but it's incorrect because the expression refers to multiple ongoing actions rather than a simple moment. Thus, the plural, scenes, is correct. So behind the scenes, which is used to describe hidden, private, or backstage activities that contribute to a final product or event. Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Yes, not behind the scene.
The scene.
Okay.
That's
so,
noted.
Yes, so if you want to say it right, then it's behind the scenes and not behind the scene. So now that you know, go ahead and
say it right.
Say it right. Okay? Which means we can get into the newspapers. The newspaper review brought to us by Syntex Tank, a stronger, a tough, Access Bank more than banking, Star Oil, quality and affordable fuel for all, and Enterprise Insurance, your advantage.
We begin with a daily guide. 4 nabbed over narcotics smuggling in Volta. My company was licensed to operate. Number 1. Baumia rallies NPP for 2028 victory. SkyTrain board approval in GIF memo, and Mahama is 5th most powerful global development figure.
That's interesting because in the daily graphic it has this story of also the narcotic issue. The Volta region police have intercepted another vehicle with narcotics. Arresting team rejects 120,000 CDs from the suspects. It's a story on the back page. The nation, I should say, aims for food self-sufficiency. The government, World Bank are backing food security resilience program. And then a very disturbing story. Galamsey thugs attacked 2 daily graphic journalists. Forest Commission set up forest protection camps. And with a picture of Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, they say 3 experts analyze MPP's route to 2028.
The Business and Financial Times. EJF urges fisheries sector to expedite transparent vessel registry. GIPC Act 865 review to deepen local participation and create jobs. TDC declares 3 million CD dividend as revenue rises 34%. And UMAT awards honorary doctorate to businessman Ibrahim Mahama. There is also a feature on the hidden cost of trade missing voice in today's edition of the Business and Financial Times.
Great. The Economic Times for this morning, Ghana City rally from Africa's 2025 champion to a shaky 2026 start. Phase 3 of financial sector reforms begins as BOG repositions microfinance institutions amid players' concerns. Businesses, households await banks' response to latest 250 basis points policy rate cut. Okay, they're waiting patiently for a reduction in lending rates. You know, it's good. It's good when there's a reduction in lending rates. Okay, so it means that you can. The cost of credit becomes affordable. If you have an existing loan that is punishing you, you can go and take another one, and with a reduced rate.
And then, brilliant. I mean, we can get into the details now. And I think
before we get into the details, let's go for the online news review. And the online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest. And let's start with myjoyonline.com this morning. And myjoyonline.com, winning back trust is the bigger battle. That's upon Kroma after Dr. Baumia's victory. And NPP unity, people around Kennedy Japan's team are a lot more bitter, says Musa Dankwa. NPP eyes 2028 reset as Baumia camp concedes trust gap. And NPP grassroots ready to unite, but leaders divided. That's poster Musa Dankwa. Kanda, not campaign rhetoric. NPP vows radical honesty ahead of 2028 elections, and Parliament reconvenes today. And talking about Parliament, we'll talk about that shortly because you have a report, Kweku Asante. CityNewsroom.com, Ghana's petroleum revenue falls to $399 million in second half of 2025. BOG, Parliament resumes sitting today. And 22 million World Bank support to boost Ghana's food security. Ato Forsen, Hassan Tampuli. Baumia's popularity evident in NPP primary results. And Tampuli says NPP primary a win for the party. Musa Dankwa says we didn't expect Ken Japan's collapse to be catastrophic. And Ghana Railway Development Authority unveils master plan to connect major cities. Okay, I will be open-armed to everyone, Baumia and Abi. MPP happy with Apenyo marking as minority leader. Okay, before we get into the details, Kweku, let's do this. Let's start from Parliament. Okay.
Yeah.
Because in 2025, during the vetting, something happened. Now, it's been exactly a year since the chaotic and embarrassing scenes unfolded at the Parliament's Appointments Committee, where disagreements over a vetting schedule descended into violence and the destruction of public property. 1 year on, not a single member of Parliament has been held to account, despite tables, microphones, and other state-owned property being damaged in full view of the public. As Parliament resumes sitting this afternoon, Parliamentary Affairs Correspondent Kweku Asante revisits what many analysts have described as a dark chapter in Ghana's parliamentary democracy and a still elusive search for accountability.
There was a simple disagreement over how many ministerial nominees were to be vetted.
We agreed on 4, we have done 5. Don't you understand?
But instead of resolving the matter through dialogue, the MPs decided to trade blows instead.
It's chaos, it's chaos, it's chaos, it's chaos. The table have turned, more microphones are falling to the ground and things are being destroyed. The table has broken with public property being destroyed.
The following day, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagwin responded forcefully. He announced stiff sanctions.
The following members are suspended for 2 weeks. The 2 chief whips, Mr. Roxon Nelson Dafiamapo and Mr. Frank Ano Dompre, Mr. Alasan Tampuli, Mr. Jerry Ahmed Shaib.
In a dramatic turn of events, the Speaker later reversed the suspensions and it followed appeals from both the minority and majority leaders.
I, on behalf of my caucus, would want to assure the public that such an action will not be seen in the public space. I also, on behalf of my side, appeal to you to reconsider your decision.
A special committee was swiftly constituted to investigate the disturbances. Witnesses were invited, testimonies were taken, and a report was compiled. But that report has never been made public. 1 year later, it has still not been laid before the House, let alone debated the decision taken. And while that report gathers dust on the shelves somewhere in Parliament, MPs captured on live television vandalizing public property have walked free. There have been no prosecutions, no surcharges, no restitution, simply no accountability. Parliament appears to have collectively moved on. And in Parliament, where every disagreement now generates chaos, some fear even worse scenes may yet unfold.
Right, Kweku, you were there.
Yeah.
When it all happened. And it's been a year.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been a year already.
Yeah, the years run by so fast. I mean, you look at the video, you can see clearly the face of the MPs that are involved in this, okay? And the Speaker did act, like you heard there, suspended some members of Parliament. But then there was a quick turnaround just within a week when the minority and majority leaders pleaded for clemency. And then he decided to do that. But then referred the matter to the police because there was a little bit of criminality in there. Not even a little bit. Criminality in there with people destroying public property. And then he vowed that the destruction of all those property will be borne by the members of Parliament that will ultimately be held responsible for that. They set up a committee to be chaired by Emmanuel Kwesi-Bedzra. They did the work. They sat in the public view for about a week or two. And then that report was put together and it's somewhere on the shelf, not laid on the floor, not taken, no debated, no decisions taken. So we are back at square one where the chaos that was seen on that very, very, very embarrassing night has just been relegated to history, and 1 year on, no one has been held to account. Just like all the other things that happen with this country where no one is really held to account, Winston.
And Parliament as an institution of accountability should be accountable itself.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't establish a committee to look into something. You hand over the issue to the police, and you should be interested in how the police investigations are going on.
Yeah.
And so I'm surprised that a year on, we still don't have any information on that.
And I like the point you make. I suspect ultimately Parliament will scapegoat the police and say that, well, we handed it over to them to investigate. They haven't gotten back to us. But what about Parliament internally themselves? There's a whole privileges committee because a lot of the things that happen are breaches of privilege, for which reason members of Parliament can be held responsible internally, even as the police looks at the criminal aspect of this matter. Parliament itself hasn't done that. He set up a committee, went into this. There was precious national airtime spent on this. The report has not even been presented, let alone debated and decision taken. So you just clearly get that it's one of those things where Parliament is just going to do a self-cover-up and then we move on. Because, of course, they know that in the entirety of the nation, even the media, we don't have a habit of going back to some of those things. So they just know, as always, they can just sweep it under the carpet and they just move on to the next chaos.
But we are not going to allow sleeping dogs to lie.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because even the Attorney General should be interested in this matter
Definitely.
too. Because that's the flaw of Parliament, where lawmakers ply their trade. And if lawmakers are breaking the law with impunity, it was captured on TV.
You know, the challenge, and while we talk about this, the challenge is that Parliament itself should deal with this.
Yeah.
So the Speaker should be the one leading this and saying, you know what, I'm going to deal with this. And I'll tell you why. Because of where Parliament sits within a democracy, anybody that tries Parliament would have himself or herself to blame. I'll explain. Because at the end of the day, you have to go to Parliament for a lot of your laws and your approvals for expenditure and everything. When you get there and they tell you that, well, they have other businesses to deal with and they don't mind you, you'll be found wanting, like we say in Ghana. So I can understand that challenge. But that's why we're putting the pressure on Parliament, the Speaker.
Yeah.
So you formed that committee. You started by suspending these members of Parliament. What's happened to them?
He doesn't appear to have the nerve.
Well,
because beyond suspending these members of Parliament, what has he done?
Yeah.
Anyway,
he owes us an explanation.
Let's get into the papers.
Well, there's this very interesting story about the nation aiming for food self-sufficiency. Comes with a picture of the finance minister, Dr. Cassiel Atoforsen. Story from Beatrice Laye in Esuchari says the finance minister, Dr. Cassiel Atoforsen, Daily Graphic, has stated that the country has the natural resources and the capacity to feed itself with right investments and policy direction. He has consequently affirmed the government's commitment, backed by the World Bank, to transform the country's agriculture sector under the West Africa Food Security Resilience Program to achieve food self-sufficiency, reduce imports, and create jobs. As always, one of the very interesting stories about achieving self-sufficiency when it comes to food. Brilliant. But just about 2 weeks ago, we were reporting about food gluts in the north, where maize that have been cultivated are just out there rotting away. Same with rice, and also there's a current ban on exporting those, so you are not getting that. So it is nice for the finance minister to be saying something nice like this, and we were told that the government were releasing about 200 million Ghana cedi for the National Buffer Stock Company to claw back some of the excess food in the system for the future. We didn't do that. I mean, Winston, you have huge tracts of farmland that you have been working on, and you have been cultivating crops that are wasting away. The government is not. I mean, so I like nice speeches like this, but
Beyond
how
the
do
speeches,
we actualize
yes.
it? Because if not, I mean,
Because
we have so much food now.
we have arable land across the country.
And I'm telling you, Winston
What have
has a
we
lot
been-
of them. He has been.
We haven't been intentional.
Yeah.
We haven't been intentional as a nation. And when I saw this story, I did a bit of reading. In Kenya, sometime in 2017, avocados contributed 25% of Kenya's gross domestic product. Avocados do well in Ghana.
You see, whenever I hear the thing about glut, there's food glut, sometimes we talked about egg glut.
Yeah.
Only to understand during the festive season, when the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association partnered with the multimedia group to actually sell eggs at our car park, we realized that eggs that were being sold to the market queens at 40 cedis per crate, they were selling it to us at 70 cedis.
Wow.
So what you see, a lot of the times when they say, there's glut, and sometimes people have also refused to buy expensive things. So if you come and say this is 70, they won't buy. They will go home. They would wait until, because they realize that things are expected to go, prices are expected to go down. So if you don't reduce prices, they won't buy.
Nobody's buying.
So the problem is the middlemen. And that's why some of these farmers should also do forward integration. They should find ways of getting into the retail market. Because if you always would wait for the middleman, and this is the sad aspect, Kweku, and for all of us, for those of us who are farmers, we know this all. The people who actually come to you and buy on credit, they go and refuse to reduce. Look, somebody bought pork from me, and then after he would always buy and come and pay after a week. Guess what? He bought one time and then came back asking, senior, and I told him, the ones I have currently are not that old, so give me about, say, a month or two. Do you know what the guy did?
No.
He did not pay for that week's. You know why? Because he was going to use that money to go and buy elsewhere. Yes. So many of these people would take the produce on credit. You go for the egg farmers, you go, they tell you Omontoyo, end of story.
Yeah.
For the maize farmers, you go Omontoyo, because they have just refused to reduce the prices, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
They rather make excessive profit than actually sell.
And so what happens is that people would import. For those of us who are into livestock and we're into, we know, for instance, that when it comes to maize, people would prefer to buy the imported maize because it's cheaper sometimes than the locally produced.
It's the same with chicken, isn't it?
Because the challenge is that the middlemen, the market queens, have just refused.
But Winston, it is not easy for a farmer, an average farmer, to go beyond the farm gate.
Yeah.
That is another challenge, because farming is an expensive enterprise. If you don't have financial muscle, there are things you cannot do. So most of these farmers are at the mercy of middlemen, and the middlemen are the people engaged in profiteering. They will sell, pocket the money, and they will not even go back to pay the farmers.
That's the whole idea.
I don't know whether it's a Ghanaian thing,
and that's where the challenge is, because you see, you'd struggle,
trying to outsmart,
cultivate. Anyway, let's get into other stories. But you see, farmers can also come together, Eric, and engage. See, look, we always think that the best way is to do it alone. No, sometimes you could form partnerships and also get your products to the market.
We don't trust each other.
Well, then that's a problem.
It's a Ghanaian problem. We don't trust each other. So we don't believe in partnerships. No. As for partnerships,
Anyway.
Well, in the news, our Kojo Akotoboa thing
Oh.
is trending. The good news is that he is in faraway Germany, partaking in
Yes, the
Fruit
Fruit
Logistica. Yeah. And that's the world's leading international trade fair for fresh fruits and vegetables. So
Yes, he'll be joining us after the BBC News to tell us more about that. Time now for us to bring you the BBC News, and the BBC News is brought to us by Fidelity Bank, Believe With Us, and Glyco, we cushion you for life.
I'm Marnie Chesterton. Join me as I talk to the scientists behind these genetic interventions, hear how they work, why they're happening now, and where they could lead next.
Game of Clones, Thursday at 9:30 and 21 GMT.
At 8:30 GMT, Business Daily.
Today, the biggest donor to the World Health Organization says governments around the world should be embarrassed by their cuts to aid budgets. We asked the CEO of the Gates Foundation if its position gives it too much influence over the lives of the world's poorest.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello, you're with Newsday on the BBC World Service with Anne Soy in Nairobi and Rob Young in London.
The world's richest man has created the world's most valuable private company. Elon Musk is merging his space and artificial intelligence ventures, SpaceX and XAI. We'll ask why he's doing it.
Bill Clinton, the former US president, and his wife Hillary have agreed to testify before a congressional investigation into the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. We'll speak to somebody who says she was one of Epstein's victims. She says she's not happy with the US Department of Justice.
The DOJ has violated all three of our requirements. Many documents still haven't been disclosed. The date set for release has long passed. And number three, DOJ released the names of many of the survivors, and that's not okay.
But first, the latest bulletin of world news.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. Elon Musk is merging his space and artificial intelligence ventures, SpaceX and XAI, to create the world's largest private company with an estimated value of more than $1 trillion. Mr. Musk said the combined firm would work to install AI data centers in space where they could harness power from the sun while avoiding the expense of cooling. Here's Michelle Fleury.
Mr. Musk said the deal marks a new phase in the mission of SpaceX and XAI. He described it as the next book, not just the next chapter. The announcement could also support his ambition to place data centers in space. They would be used to handle large amounts of AI computing. Mr. Musk, the largest shareholder in SpaceX, has been streamlining his businesses ahead of a potential stock market listing. The timing could coincide with a rare planetary alignment and his birthday.
The former US President Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary, a former Secretary of State, have agreed to testify before the congressional investigation into the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Their capitulation ended a months-long standoff with the House Oversight Committee. Peter Bowes is in Washington.
Bill and Hillary Clinton have made it clear for a long time that they didn't want to appear before this congressional committee in person to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. In fact, they said that they had provided in written form all of the information. But now, with a looming vote in the House of Representatives, potentially holding the Clintons in criminal contempt for not appearing, it seems the couple have in fact changed their minds, and they say that they will appear before the committee. This is behind closed doors to answer questions.
Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian says he's instructed his foreign minister to prepare for equitable and fair negotiations with the United States. He said talks would require an environment free from threats and unreasonable expectations. President Trump has been threatening military strikes against Iran, saying it must abandon its nuclear program and stop killing protesters. A new report says China's investment in coal power reached its highest point in a decade last year, despite its growing emphasis on renewable energy. Here's Matt McGrath.
The amount of coal China used last year to generate power fell for the first time in half a century. But at the same time, the country also opened more than 50 large coal units, each capable of powering 500,000 homes. The Chinese government authorized the building of these coal plants after widespread power cuts in 2020. But how will these new plants survive? As coal is not as flexible as renewables in meeting demand for electricity, analysts expect many of the plants will be idle or operating well below capacity.
World News from the BBC. Ukrainian officials say Russia has attacked Kiev and the eastern city of Kharkiv with missiles and drones. Kharkiv's mayor said energy infrastructure was targeted and Russia's clear goal was to leave the city without heat in severe cold. More Palestinians are expected to pass through the Rafah crossing between Gaza and Egypt following its reopening after being shut for much of the war. 5 patients left Gaza with companions on Monday and 12 people were allowed to return, fewer than had been promised. Palestinian officials blamed the delays on Israeli security checks. Japanese police have arrested the boss of a high-profile agency specialising in helping people quit their jobs. It's alleged the company, Momori, which means I can't take anymore in Japanese, had been procuring legal support for its clients without being a licensed law firm. The firm was founded in 2022 with an aim to helping young, often disgruntled employees leave their jobs by speaking to their bosses on their behalf. Australian police have praised the bravery of a 13-year-old boy who swam 4 kilometres to get help after his mother and 2 siblings were swept out to sea. The family were out on paddleboards and a kayak in Western Australia when they were pushed offshore by strong winds. Katie Watson reports.
On Friday afternoon, the group, who were holidaying in Quindalup, got into difficulty when strong winds pushed their inflatable paddleboards and kayak offshore. The 13-year-old decided to leave his mother and 2 siblings to start paddling back in his kayak, but after it took on water, he swam the 4 kilometres back to dry land. At 6 in the evening, he raised the alarm, sparking a massive search for his family. Just over 2 hours later, his mother, 12-year-old brother and 8-year-old sister were found clinging to a paddleboard about 14 kilometres offshore. Police say the fact they were all wearing life jackets contributed to their survival.
BBC News.
Hey, Andrea, challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle. And the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I day your side, Fidelity.
Glyco Life Micro Insurance customers, hey! Glyco Life damwase more piafo ya sumo e konfinhye duanan bonsumuni ya nantiye ye damwase na yasemo se ye the Glyco Life app aba e wo mobile phone so a ama yankita hodie ayemre. Glyco Life Micro Insurance goes digital. Say die uye Glyco Life edwankoso ana Glyco Life enidaso customer ehun hia se obenya adansidie krata ekrese wetua bibi ama Glyco die hia ni se ube downloadu Glyco Life app no ana ye agenta ya tetom abefo kwan so ebeboa wo mwetumi a downloadu ewo phone so 24 hours ebre any baby a wo bia ubetumi etua wontie ni ama Glyco anampo ubetumi agye osika efri Glyco nchen abefo kwan so sanhihye yi e de asomdwe ebebre Glyco Life adwadifo baby a wo any ebre bia Glyco we cushion you for life.
Today, we hit the streets to ask Ghanaians, what would you do with free fuel for 1 year?
Oh, road trips with the girls every weekend.
That's extra savings to help fix my car.
Charlie, 1 whole year, I'll finally be able to visit my mom without worrying about the distance.
This season, it's feeling after filling from Shell with new and improved fuels so you can do the things you love. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win. Free fuel for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. It's time to try the new and improved Shell fuels with additives that deliver efficiency, cleaning, protection, and performance. Don't miss out. Fill up with new and improved Shell fuels and get rewarded. Promo runs till the 28th of February 2026. T's and C's apply.
New and improved Shell fuels. Simply better by far.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Syntax Tango! Syntax, hey, tough, very strong. If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, hey, tough, very strong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break. When the rain they fall, still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start. Syntax
Echo. I hear say you be football encyclopedia. Name 2 countries that dominated football back to back.
Italy and Brazil, legends.
You deserve to see the ultimate football experience live and colored.
Enterprise Insurance Insurna Chile promo is now bigger. Just buy or renew your motor insurance for a chance to enjoy the ultimate football experience live. Feely. Hurry now.
Enterprise Insurance, I'm on my way.
Buy or renew your motor insurance and stand a chance to enjoy an all-expense-paid ultimate football experience. Plus, you get free fuel coupons, shopping vouchers, airtime, and data bundles. Promo runs from January to May 2026. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise Insurance, trusted for 102 years since 1924. Enterprise, your advantage.
It's the season of the Global Football Fiesta and all Ghana is lined up to celebrate. The exciting part, you could experience live action alongside other winners in the GCB Pack to Pop promo. Save, win, go!
Yes, simply deposit and maintain 300 Ghana cedis or more in your GCB savings and current account and earn points. Save more, accumulate more points.
Increase your chance to win mega Gantuan prizes every month. TV sets,
cookers,
freezers,
washing machines, and lots more. Plus the ultimate
all expenses paid trip to experience global football. Yankee, here we come with GCB Pack to Pop promo. Save, win, go! Get in the game 1st December 2025 to April 2026.
T's and C's apply. This promo is under the NLA Caritas Lottery platform.
GCB, your bank for life.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Wake up. Good morning. Good morning.
coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
When you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no, what do you mean? Hey, yeah. When you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go, what do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Said you're running out of time, what do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Better make up your mind, what do you mean? You're so indecisive, what I'm saying. Trying to catch the beat, make up your heart. Don't know if you're happy or complaining. Don't want for us to win, where do I start? First you wanna go to the left, then you wanna turn right. Wanna argue all day, make love all night. First you're up, then you're down, and in between. Oh, I really wanna know, what do you mean? When you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no, what do you mean? Hey, yeah. When you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go, what do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Said you're running out of time, what do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Better make up your mind, what do you mean? You're for protective when I'm leaving. Trying to compromise, but I can't win. You wanna make a point, but you keep preaching. You had me from the start, won't let this end. First you wanna go to the left, then you wanna turn right. Wanna argue all day, make love all night. First you're up, then you're down, and in between.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Justin Bieber with What Do You Mean? Hey, DJ Obeti.
Guy level.
That's what I've always been asking. Obeti, where do I go?
The songs he's playing, he has messages in it.
Charlie, where has the guy been going?
Obeti.
So we told you that Kujako Tuboating was in Berlin this week attending the Fruit Logistica. You know, Fruit Logistica is the world's leading international trade fair for fresh fruits and vegetables, dried fruits and tree nuts. It's considered the most important annual meeting point for the global fresh produce industry, where the 3 days of trade show sets course for the success of the entire business year. Over 3,000 exhibitors and decision makers from around the world gather here to trade, share latest technologies and innovations. And he's joined us via Zoom to tell us what's happening. Good morning, Kojo, and thank you very much for joining us.
Jacobi, good morning.
Yeah, student Kojo, I hope you're doing very well.
I'm well, but I miss you a little bit.
Okay. Don't miss me too much. Finish hard and come back to Ghana.
Teacher Kofi.
Oh, yeah.
Head looking around, no beard, no hair, nothing. Where did all your hair go? I mean, Kojo, you're looking all glam in the thing, your sakura, your beard, your mustache, everything is gone.
He's a
That's your hair.
Because a haircut in Ghana is 20 cedis. A haircut here could cost me more. So I had to just clear everything. So that for the 1 week I'm here, I don't have to worry about my hair.
Before going abroad?
Yeah.
Enjoy Berlin. Berlin is nice. I was there. Winston, have you been to Germany recently?
No.
I mean, Berlin is nice. I mean, Motel 1, the Spitzelmarkt area. You go up a little bit, enjoy the underground. I mean, I know you're a guy, man. You enjoy it before you come.
Berlin. The way you are talking about Berlin nicely, Charlie. But Berlin is nice. This will be my third time here. Last year, I was also here for Fruit Logistica. And I think that as long as I'm alive and I'm into media and also into agric, I'll be coming to Berlin every year for Fruit Logistica, because it's a good showpiece for us. Last year when we came, for example, we had a target of getting about $250 million worth of orders for Ghanaian produce. We ended up getting about $160 million worth of orders for Ghanaian produce. So from cashew to yam to coconuts to mangoes to okra to peppers and all those things. We engage the world and managed to get them to order a lot from us. This year we are looking at a volume of about $300 million. And so it's a lot of work. And the trip to Fruit Logistica is enabled by GEPA, that is the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, which I'm a member of. So usually when we come, our role here is to lead the team to interact with prospective buyers of fresh produce from Ghana and help them to get contracts so that in the year we can export a lot of these things. So that's why we are here. We are 28 associations from mango producers, pineapple producers, yam roots and tubers, vegetable producers and exporters association of Ghana, almost all the fresh fruits and nuts associations. We are here. And so that's what we are going to do between now and Friday. For example, today around midday, we are meeting an association of German importers and industry. This meeting was facilitated by the Ghana Mission here in Berlin. So we are meeting them to let them know of our production numbers and what they can export from Ghana, and to assure them that consistently all year round we can send them produce from Ghana to Germany, and also encourage them to partner some of our members to invest, because these people have a lot of money. They also have technology. So we will meet them, we'll have conversations with them. And what we usually do is that we do matching of Ghanaian businesses to some of these investors and prospective importers. So knowing our members and their capacities, if somebody wants, say, 1,000 tons of cashew, we'll link them up to a member who can export that 1,000 tons. If somebody wants 50,000 tons of mangoes, we do the business matching and the facilitation.
Okay.
I heard you guys talk earlier about the food gluts in Ghana. Unfortunately, maize is something that some of these countries produce very well and a lot. So we cannot export our maize into Europe and the Americas. We rather import from those places. But things like fonio, things like millet, things like sorghum, things like soya, these are in demand. In fact, last year we launched fonio as one of the priority crops that the world should buy from Ghana. It's a superfood. We have capacity to produce. And so we needed to tell the world that you could buy fonio. And if we create a good market for fonio, for example, people in the Upper East, Upper West, the Northern region, Savannah, and the Northeast will be creating a big economy for those people. So basically, that's why we are here in Berlin for the Fruit Logistica stand. And one of the other things we will do is also to promote the Ghana Horticulture Expo, which the Multimedia Group and FAGE partnered to organize last year. We are going to promote it to the businesses here to also come to Ghana in the month of June to also exhibit whatever they have, machinery, technology, innovation, fresh fruits. And so whilst Berlin's Fruit Logistica is the biggest fresh fruits and nuts and agric, in fact, it's almost everything agric, because there's a lot of machinery, there's a lot of innovation, there are conferences and conversations. We also want to have the biggest horticulture expo in Africa, in Ghana. So we've been working on that over the past few years. And the challenge for us in Ghana, for example, will be the venue. If you look at where we have Fruit Logistica, Messe Berlin is quite big, over 1 million square meters in space. Last year alone, their revenues was around 400 million euros, and they made profit of about 49 million euros.
Wow.
If we had a functioning trade fair center, if we had a proper trade fair center, we could also host the world in the center of the world, that is Accra, with some of these events, and create value. Last night, I was estimating how much Fruit Logistica, for example, would bring to the Ghanaian economy. And in the hotel space alone, our hotel, we are paying an average $700 per person per room. And Fruit Logistica this year has over 66,000 registered attendees. So if you look at 66,000 registered attendees and 700 euros per person, you're looking at close to 50 million euros in hotel spend alone. The taxi we took from the airport to the hotel was about 85 euros per car. So if about, let's say, 10,000 taxis are moving, bringing all these people, look at the numbers. Look at the number of people landing at the airport and how much the airlines are also going to rake in. So it's a big deal for us. For us as Ghanaian farmers, Ghanaian exporters, it's a big deal to come to Fruit Logistica to sell Ghana. And it's also a big deal for us to learn how the Germans have, over the years, made Fruit Logistica a preferred destination for all those who want to trade in fresh agric inputs and fruits, and also replicate something like that in Ghana to bring in the money. So December in Ghana will end, and then other activities will come Ghana month. Then maybe June, we also have a big Ghana Hoti Expo, which will be the Africa Fruit Logistica, and also bring in a lot of the people into Africa and bring in the money. So Kofi, this is why we are here. It's going to be a very good 1 week here in Berlin. And when we come, we'll give you a good report of the work we've done for Ghanaian industry.
Great, Kojo. So enjoy, have a good time. We wish you all the best in your discussions. It's our prayer that you're able to hit the 300 million target and more, so that we get the much needed foreign exchange, but also get the needed business partners for our farmers so that they can produce more.
Yeah. And if there are Ghanaians in Berlin listening to us, they can come to the Messe Berlin. We are all here. And usually when we come, Ghanaian food is available. So those who miss their Ghanaian food, it's available. And what we do with we bring a lot of food stuff. So all the things I've mentioned, from the yams to the coconuts to everything you can think of, we bring lots of cartons of them, but we don't bring them back home. We would usually leave it with the Ghana mission here to share with the Ghanaians who are around. And some of them come to the exhibition and we pack boxes of foodstuffs for them to enjoy. So if there's any Ghanaian listening to us right now, you should pass by the Food Logistica and come meet your countrymen, and let's vibe and enjoy and see how we can do things together.
And I know beyond the vibe and George, we'll prepare some Ghanaian dishes for you. Thank you very, very much.
Exactly. We actually try to cook ourselves. The president of the Vegetable Producers and Exporters Association, Dr. Felix Kamasa, makes it his responsibility to ensure that kinke, bankun, jollof, wache, and all those things flow. And one of the things that this year we have a company, I've forgotten the name, but I'll get the name and share with you tomorrow when we speak. They have started packing wache. They've started packing jollof. They are packing, so it's ready to eat, ready to eat jollof, ready to eat wache, ready to eat a lot of our indigenous dishes. So you just take it, you pop it in the microwave, 3 minutes is ready and you are eating. So we came prepared to also sell some of them to the African diaspora in Europe and in the Americas. And the thing is, over 94 countries attend Fruit Logistica. And what we also do is to engage sometimes country by country or sub-region by sub-region. So if it's West Africa, we'll engage all the West African businesses and tell them the business they can do with us. We'll engage Asia, Eastern Europe, mainstream Europe, Southern America. And then we also target some of the big companies. Last year, I remember I was made to make a presentation to CoLead, which is one of the biggest industrial associations. And it had in attendance all the CEOs of the big supermarket chains and the big processors. So the Blue Skies Global CEO, all the big supermarket chains, just name them, the Tesco's and all these, they were there. And we made presentations to them as to how they can import from Ghana. And I'm happy to say that this mango season, for example, there are few Ghanaian mango farmers who have all the certifications and are exporting directly to the Tesco's and the Sainsbury's, because usually we would export through third parties, but some of them have their Global Gap certifications, their Fair Trade certifications, and all the certifications that they need, and they can now export directly. What that means is that if you are selling mango at, say, 5,000 cedis per ton to the middleman, right, or the third-party exporter. Now you're exporting it directly. You are almost about doubling or tripling your value. You are getting about 15,000 cedis per ton. So these are some of the things we are doing as FAGE, Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters, and these are some of the market linkages and opportunities we are creating, so that we bring in a lot more forex and also support our productive sector and create wealth for all of us.
Great, Kojo Akoto-Boateng. Thank you very much. All the best.
I'll send you a list of things to get me from Primark on your dime. So please expect.
I don't spend my money on foreign made goods. If you want clothes, when I come to Ghana, I can buy you Wear Ghana or Fugu Plus or any of them, but not Primark. I'm sorry.
Kojo, this is such an anticlimax. But anyway, I'll take the Fugu.
And Kojo, the boys say that why is it that when Ghanaians travel outside the country, they don't want to try other foods and they're always carrying food along with them? Anyway, don't answer that. Thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. That's Kojo Akoto-Boateng. Okay, so there's always that conversation about Ghanaians. Wherever they go, they're looking for avenues to get Ghanaian dishes. It's like we are not prepared to explore.
Let me tell you, when I went to Germany and for a week I was just getting all this. I couldn't eat.
Wow.
I ate KFC every evening for the first week because the food they were providing me. I can't try new things.
Oh, really?
And I was missing my food. Me, I can eat food 3 times a day. Every day I can eat food 3 times a day from Monday to Sunday. I love my food. I meet him at Heavy Do every day. He owes me several bouts of food at Heavy Do, but he has
always
seems to have forgotten about it.
Doing lasso.
Oh yeah, lasso. I'll catch him on.
No, get Manisi to give him a hug, and you are going to
sort me out. Okay, then I see what I can do. So I was struggling, and then I was calling, and someone said, they knew some Ghanaian somewhere, so I should take their number, and they went to show me some food joint. The place was like from here to like where Evans, Spencer and Cole live, behind Oyibi, Sasabi inside. But every day I would just go into the train and go there and go and eat my fufu and come back.
That's why.
Now I felt at home. I
felt
couldn't
at
try
home?
all these. Yes. Now I felt at home. Because if you can't enjoy this fufu and other things when you're out there and they have to come and give you something with vegetables, with some sauce. Oh, Kojo, I saw the food and I wanted to cry. I'm like, what is this? Please, give me fufu, give me banku, give me some rice. I beg you. This is not the place to try new things.
No, you must try new things.
If I move here permanently, I will try. But for now, let me feel at home. And I enjoyed myself. And then I went back.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, I try new things.
Me, I can't.
I do all the time, but I still love my Ghanaian meals anyway. As for the fufu, it's a given. You must enjoy it. Every week at least, I know that if I go to North K, I'll get some good fufu to eat. So I go there. Anyway, look, Parliament resumes today. What's going to be happening? Yes, we've been talking about the issues of accountability, but beyond what we're seeking, what else would Parliament be focusing on this time?
This morning, both the minority and majority leaders would actually address a news conference at 8 o'clock a.m. where they will set the stage for all the things that are going to happen for the rest of the meeting. This meeting will end during Easter. And so a couple of things are expected. Of course, we expect accountability. And so this morning, perhaps we'll get some answers on this. But also, given that the MPP has just elected a new flag bearer, normally it will inject some dose of energy into the minority leader because now they have someone to coalesce around and offer that kind of full support and give that sense of direction. And so to give a certain sense of impetus to the minority, we expect them to be more energetic. There are a couple of bills. There is the legal education bill, the one that is supposed to revolutionize legal education in the country according to the government, break the Ghana School of Law monopoly, and give all the accredited university the opportunity to run a professional program. So now, if you want to study law, you don't have to go and study and sit for the entrance exams at Makola or the struggle. You can go to a university like University of Ghana, UPSA, and you do your ordinary 3-year LLB, and then you do an additional year for the professional program within that same university according to this bill. And then ultimately, when you all finish, you all take a universal bar exams. Those who pass get called to the bar. So that bill is also very important and it's going to come. The man talked about 24-hour economy bill. It was late before Parliament went on break. Nothing has been done about it. It's been 1 year. The government's so-called 24-hour economy hasn't happened in the way that they promised on the campaign. That bill is also expected to be taken. So it's going to be very heavy on bills. But as usual, there'll be a lot of politicking as well. There'll be a lot of these petty squabbles on the floor, which usually gives a lot of vibe to Parliament. So there's a lot to expect, Winston, and I think it will be nice, very interesting.
Okay, I'm waiting for the legal education bill. I want to know what's going to be happening in there. Thank you very much, Kweku. But of course, this morning also our focus is on your financial wellness. A lot of people, were complaining in January. They said it was the longest month. Yes, we're done with January. We're in February, which means that for all of you employees, you've had something in your bank accounts. But beyond that, how do you ensure that you're able to take good care of yourself over the period, the whole year? And not spend, and in some parts of the year you come back saying you're waiting for the month to end. And we know that in December people always talk about the fact that January is time to pay school fees. You've always asked the question, how do I get additional streams of income? Well, this is a conversation for you. And this morning we're starting with a mindset shift. How do you change your mind from what you currently have to a wealth-making mindset? Because before you get into anything, before you make all the money, you need to change your mind. You need to have a change in mindset. Do you currently have a poverty mindset? Well, what will constitute that poverty mindset? And what would constitute a wealth-creating mindset? That's coming up here on the Super Morning Show. But if you want extra peace of mind for you and your family, get more in it. So from Glyco Life, a life insurance plan that truly delivers. Enjoy free e-health services, a guaranteed death benefit for your loved ones, and a permanent disability benefit that supports you through life's unexpected challenges. It's simple, secure, and just $1 away. Dial star 765 now to sign up. Glyco, we cushion you for life. So, mommy, daddy, do you know why children leave home very neat and return looking so different? Well, I'll tell you, non-stop action, all the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweet stains, torn uniforms these days are expensive. Dirty shoes, they show that your kid has been very active, and that's why they need nourishment and energy at breakfast. So give them nutritious Milo every day. Milo contains vitamin D that support energy release to help their daily performance. Milo Energy to go further, and this is FDA approved. Charlie, after dirty December comes dry January. Well, even as you get into February, you're thinking about the month of love and what to get. Well, don't let your engine suffer because of a tight budget. Because, Auntie, what did I say? Don't let your engine
suffer
because of a tight budget. Eric, because at Total Energies, we day for you. That's why we've significantly reduced our lubricant prices. For instance, your favorite 4-liter quarts, 9000 SAE 5W40, which was 118, is now 107. So this 50 pesos. Your 5-liter quarts 9000 Future OW20, which was 148, is now 134. And the 4-liter Rabia Fleet HD 415 W40, which was 80, is now 72.5. Top quality meets great savings. You won't get these prices anywhere. Rush to any Total Energy station nationwide and enjoy premium quality engine oils, transmission fluids, coolants at significantly lower prices. Remember, that balance you save off can buy Davies Gobe for the rest of the year.
Very strategic.
Total Energies, choose quality. And let me tell you about Coronation Insurance Ghana, which is making motor insurance policy flexible than ever with a new pay-as-you-earn motor insurance. Now, you can buy your insurance on monthly, quarterly, or 6 months basis. Sign up instantly through the eCoronation digital platform. Pay conveniently via Momo and instantly download your documents anytime, anywhere. Affordable, flexible, and convenient. Pay small. Drive covered. And remember, for every vehicle insured, an amount of 50 pesos is donated to promote road safety. Call 0302-773616 or 0308249068 or visit our head office at 35 Aviation Road, Airport Residential, adjacent to the Nyaho Clinic. Pay small, drive covered. But Access Bank is rewarding their customers because they believe that rewarding their customers is at the heart of what they do, and that's why they've introduced Rewards by Access, a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. So whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Now, points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. So whether you're a frequent flyer, regular shopper, or managing daily, family, personal, or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. Use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. Visit loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call the toll-free line 0800 00 4400 for more details. Access Bank, more than banking. Have you got a big dream and not sure where to start? Well, Heritage Christian University helps you grow it while pursuing your degree. Their scholar practitioner faculty will guide you to solve real-world challenges. So whether your passion lies in business, computing, health, psychology, media, or theology, HCU provides the path, experience, a university education that challenges you to dream, pursue, and achieve. HCU is a chartered university and accredited by GTech. Begin your journey with us. In 2026, call or WhatsApp 0547 777731 or 0202 298399. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. Well, it's about to go down on February 21, 2026. Keep an eye out for X. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. I'm sure by now we all know the secret to real water storage. It's simple. If your water tank doesn't have the tortoise on it, then you know it's not the correct tank. That's right. The tortoise tank, Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. A strong and durable and built to handle our Ghanaian weather. So rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So go outside and check your tank. If it doesn't have the tortoise on it, then it's time to upgrade. Join the Syntex family today and enjoy water storage that's stuff like a tortoise. Call 0244-335-168 to buy now. Find one of our 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, you're strong, you're tough. So guys, you know that your car takes care of you every day. So now it's time to do same. Protect your car with a comprehensive motor insurance policy with SG Ghana Sound Drive and get free fuel coupons as rewards. You can also get exciting branded souvenirs whenever you buy or renew your third-party policy or start the new Smart Drive policy, a third-party policy with an extra layer of protection and benefits. Promo lasts from now to the 31st of March 2026. So let's help you take care of your car so that every drive feels more secure. Call 0302-214-314 for more information or walk into the nearest SG Ghana branch to buy or renew your motor insurance policy today. SG Ghana Sound Drive is underwritten by Salam Alliance General. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you. But you know, with Millennium Insurance, you don't have to worry whether it's motor, properties, marine, travel insurance. They've got you covered. Millennium Insurance is fast and reliable when life throws you surprises. Millennium Insurance, make sure you're ready. Call Millennium Insurance today on 0501418228 and ensure the unexpected before the unexpected insures you. Millennium Insurance Company, your trustworthy partner. But no matter what you do today, please log on to kingdomstoreonline.com for all your office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions have applied. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. So imagine hitting the road with total peace of mind. That's the Asempa Super promo, packed with goodness from Imperial General Assurance from now to the 30th of April. When you renew your motor insurance, you're not just protecting your vehicle and yourself, you stand a chance to win instant rewards that make every drive feel like a celebration. Here's what's waiting for you: free fuel and EV charging coupons to keep you moving, free vehicle diagnosis at accredited garages, a 1-year life insurance cover for extra protection and branded souvenirs, umbrellas, tissue boxes, and more. Don't let this moment pass. Call 0577-667-43628. Speak to your broker or visit any of their agents nationwide. Ensure drive and win big with Imperial. Follow us on social media for all updates. T's and C's apply. Imperial General Assurance, solid protection. Time for our fuel safety tips for today. And you know, old or damaged LPG hoses can leak gas silently without any smell reaching you. That invisible cloud can explode with a smallest spark. Don't gamble. Replace worn parts now. Comac cares for you. Stay with us when we return after these messages. It'll be time for sports and your birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite wachi joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Ever wondered what else your Standard Chartered Visa card can do? It is not just for taking money from ATMs. Your Standard Chartered Visa card is the enjoyment card. Use it to shop at malls and supermarkets and for all your online transactions. Book and pay for that overdue vacation online and win fantastic rewards like airtime, Melcom gift vouchers, and a weekend stay at a plush hotel and many more. It is the enjoyment card. So next time you're about to make any payment, let your Standard Chartered Visa card lead the way, not cash. It is your gateway to secure, convenient, and rewarding payments. Visit the 360 Rewards website for more information. Standard Chartered, here for good. Honey, Easter in Dubai will not be bad, crowd. What do you think?
Hey, Dubai pa! But how?
The Activa Sida promo.
Hey!
Activa Insurance is thanking its customers and welcoming new ones. Just buy or renew any Activa insurance policy and enter into a draw where you can win a fully paid trip to Dubai. Flight, hotel, and tours all covered. And if not Dubai, you can still win TVs, fridges, washing machines, and many more.
Really?
Yes. Buy your home, motor, fire, travel, personal accident insurance, or any Active Lady solution.
Amazing!
Walk into any Activa Insurance branch or agency nationwide or dial *713 *313# now. Asida promo is partnered by Travel Planners Ghana, your travel experts, and Melcom. Promo ends 5th March 2026. T's and C's apply. Activa Insurance. Our clients, our passion. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Welcome back. Time now for birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, and Bank of Africa BOA Pay from Bank of Africa offers a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for details. Bank of Africa, strong as a group, as close as a partner. And let's see whose birthday it is today. Today, this one says a belated 60th birthday to Auntie Catherine Adukwe Amegbe. From lots of love to you, Auntie Kate, and it's from Mama V to you. This one says to my wife Joyce Ejapoma Gbena, 24 years married, a lifetime in love. Thank you for being my partner, my wife, my home, and my woman who makes my heart smile. Happy anniversary, my love. Hey, this one from Senior Prosper.
Romantic man.
This one says a happy birthday to Antoinette Na Jile Saki of University Practice. It's from your mom, Mrs. Diana Saki, your aunties Harriet Na, Dede Ayi, Agnes Beatrice, your uncle Seth Kwao, and your grandparents Mr. and Mrs. Kwao. And this one says happy birthday to Lillian Talata Lang, from all of us at the Multimedia Group to you. And a happy birthday to Mr. Joel Edmond Nete, who's Chief Executive Officer of Ninani Group, from all of us at the Multimedia Group to you. Which means we can now bring you the Sports Center, which is brought to us by MTN. Switch to MTN's eSIM, download my MTN app to go SIMless today. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. FPAC blows your pain away, and DSTV, your home of entertainment. So if you're a business owner and you're looking for a smarter way to keep an eye on your shop, restaurant, office, or warehouse anytime, anywhere, well, MTN Business Eye is here for you. Keep your business secure anytime, anywhere with MTN Business Eye, the smart surveillance solution that gives you total visibility and control. It's powered by Wi-Fi, SIM connectivity, cloud storage, and solar energy. So your security never sleeps even when the lights go out. Enjoy 24/7 monitoring, real-time alerts, two-way audio, and reliable backup, all at affordable rates. Dial *5060# today and keep your business in sight always with MTN Business Eye. MTN, everywhere you go. But look, what are you dreaming of this year? If financial stability or freedom is your goal, now is the perfect time to start. Financial freedom means having the income or savings to cover your expenses and the flexibility to live life on your terms. At Standard Chartered, we can help you explore a range of wealth management and investment options to support your 2026 financial ambitions. Let's have a discussion on wealth management and investment options to help you build a strong and diversified investment portfolio. Speak to our expert at Standard Chartered Wealth Management today and take the first step towards making your dreams a reality. Call us now on 0202 027682 or 0202 220499. Email us at info@scwealthmanagement.com or visit us at the 4th floor of Standard Chartered or Perbia branch or any of our branches. Standard Chartered, here for good. Atahiru.
Yes, Winston Amoah.
What's up?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Oh, as you can see, God is still taking care of us.
Play my tune for me. Winston Amoah. Oh, boy, high life. But me, no, mommy. Thank you very much.
Remember when you man? I said you near bo. Yeah, bo when you man.
You man now born me tiasi. We na me tiasi. We na me tiasi.
Over to you now.
How you doing?
Well, we're doing well.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Coming up over the next 10 minutes, we'll give you a lowdown on the major transfers that happened on deadline day. Yesterday was the deadline day for the January transfer window, and there were some movements, including Ghanaian players. Jonas Ajete, he's joined Wolfsburg, and Karim Benzema has changed clubs in the Saudi League. We have more of that a little later. But yesterday, 2nd February, marked 1 year since the tragic death of Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporter Francis Frimpong, popularly known as Nana Poli. The club says there's still been no serious headway in efforts to prosecute those responsible for his killing. Poli was fatally stabbed on February 2, 2025 in Nswatre during a Ghana Premier League match between Kotoko and Nswatre Man. He was found bleeding from the stomach and later died from his injuries. A year on, no one has been convicted, with the case continuing to drag through the courts. Kotoko's communications director, Safo Duku, who is also the club's lawyer in the case, has been speaking on the stalled process.
It's been a year of reflection, a year of anxiety, because till date there hasn't been any serious headway as far as the prosecution of some accused persons are concerned. But the facts before the courts, we have been told that one person actually did that act. Till date, he has not been arrested, and that is so sad. The last adjournment was taken in view of the fact that the magistrate who has been sitting on the case has been promoted to the circuit court, and so he was not available. The implication is that he will not continue with the case. Right now, I would say that we are in simple terms. I would say that we are at the preliminary stage of the case. You can't rule out the delay. It has been part of us, and it's quite unfortunate.
So that's Kotoko's communications director, Safo Duku there. Now, the National Sports Authority's Public Relations Officer in the Ashanti region, Patience Adam, says authorities are waiting on the Ghana Education Service to mobilize funds to replace 3,955 seats at the Babaya Stadium, which were destroyed following clashes involving senior high school students over the past 2 weeks. Lava Fence President Wedu reports.
The Babayara Sports Stadium hosted the inter-schools and colleges football competition earlier in January, but the event was marred by violence amongst students, which has become a norm in recent years during these schools' competitions. According to the Ashanti Regional NSC Public Relations Officer, Patience Adams, 455 seats were broken in a day after Kumasi Senior High School students clashed with Kumasi Senior High Technical School and Sims Senior High School students respectively. Last week, Monday and Tuesday, chaos erupted once again during the Technical and Vocational Education and Training TVET Athletics event.
455 that was broken. So for the TVET, we invited them and informed them they were aware when the seat was broken. So we told them, but put together, we are having 3955. Yes, 3,955.
The NSA says it will cost 500 Ghana cedis to replace each damaged seat.
That's President Redu's report. So, lots of students doing lots of damages to the sporting infrastructure of the country. It's not the first time student clashes have led to the destruction of stadium seats at the Babayara Sports Stadium. Now, away from that, at 4 p.m. today, Ghana's futsal national team will look to take a big step towards qualifying for the 2026 Futsal Africa Cup of Nations when they face Zambia at the University of Cape Coast Sports Hall in the first of 2 legs. Lawrence Bedu previews the game in this report.
Ghana's futsal team will face Zambia in the final round of qualifiers for the 2026 Africa Cup of Nations. The first leg of the encounter is scheduled for Tuesday, February 3 in Cape Coast, with Ghana seeking a return to the tournament. Head coach Philip Wache is counting on experience from their previous meeting at the AFCON to go past Zambia.
Yeah, we know Zambia already. I think the last AFCON we lost 5-2 against them, and we are watching their videos, and we do a lot of mistakes about the game we play with them. But now we are working on it to see how we can improve.
He believes that the players within his team with tournament experience will be key to going past their opposition.
And the first time is our first time, and we don't have any experienced players among the team, but this time we have maybe 2 or 3 experienced players who can help us to qualify. Actually, we play the league and we pick our players for the national team. And I think we know all the boys already, and we know their fitness and their confidence level.
Ghana skipped the first round of qualifiers due to being ranked among the top 10 on the continent. The return leg of the fixture will take place in Zambia between February 7 and 8. The 2026 Futsal AFCON is scheduled to be staged in Morocco.
That's Lawrence Bedu's report. Now, in our series on the sports fan, Victor Achitomoklo today takes a look at which category of persons can apply to the governing board for financial support.
So the law that established the act is pretty clear on which categories of persons are eligible to benefit from the fund. So it first talks about national athletes who are currently who are active. It talks about federations or associations in good standing with the National Sports Authority. Now, for a federation or an association to be in good standing with the National Sports Authority, essentially means they must be recognized by the NSA. They must have a track record of renewing their operating license regularly and on time, and also fulfill any possible tax or financial obligations to the state, and have a sustainable development plan that is verifiable. So outside of these 2 categories, the Act also talks about a retired national athlete and any other person approved by the board. Now, this last part, it is the board itself that, before it does or it approves the eligibility of any applicant, it has to make clear what the considerations are, so that other individuals outside of the category stated in or by the Act would also be able to see this, and if they wish or are minded to, are able to apply, but also for transparency purposes.
Victor Achitomoklo with that explainer. Now, Ghana will be among the 48 teams that will gather in Mexico, Canada and the US for the 2026 World Cup later this summer. Ghana's group stage matches against Panama, England and Croatia will be played at Toronto's BMO Field, Gillette Stadium in Boston and Philadelphia's Lincoln Financial Field. The Black Stars starman at the moment is Anton Semenyo, and he's looking forward to more than football in America.
Yeah, we're gonna come in big bunches. I'll tell you that. I think big tournaments like this, we want to show our culture. We want to show we're different to other nations, whether it's dancing, whether it's singing, just supporting the crowds. Yeah, it's just endless. I think Ghana runs through so many people's veins back home, and we just love football. So the World Cup's gonna be it's gonna be amazing. Hopefully, God willing, we do well, and yeah, looking forward to playing in America.
Anton Semenyo speaking to CBS Golasso, saying that Ghana will show its culture at the World Cup in the US. And you can be a part of that cultural display by joining Latina Travel and Tour, who are taking you to the World Cup with a package that includes visa to watch all 3 group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flights, top class hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. You can call them today on 0244 260 789 to book your seat. And they're also located, of course, at North Ridge at the Alisa Hotel. Now, still on Black Star, central defender Jonas Ajeti, he's joined Bundesliga side Wolfsburg on a 4.5-year deal from FC Basel in Switzerland. Here's the 22-year-old speaking after the reported €9.5 million move.
For me to come here, I chose here because I think it's a good step for me in my professional career. So that's the main reason why I choose this. Both I love to play, I love to defend, and then I love to play long balls. Both I do everything. So I got to know the good people here, the fans, and everything is perfect. And then they have great players as well. So
that's Jonas Ajeti there. And before we go, striker Emmanuel Boateng, he's also completed a move to Israeli Premier League side Hapoel Tel Aviv on a 1.5-year deal, and he was in Turkey. Now he's moved to Israel. You remember him famously scored a hat-trick against Barcelona. Karim Benzema is also joined Saudi Pro League leaders Al Hilal following the termination of his contract with Al Ittihad. So he switched clubs in Saudi. And there's also this transfer news from the Premier League. They recorded their quietest winter deadline day ever, with only 7 deals completed yesterday. That's crazy. No transfer was confirmed until 7:04 p.m., 4 minutes after the window closed, when Crystal Palace announced the signing of striker Jürgen Strand Larsen from Wolves in a deal worth up to 48 million. There's also been a move for Chelsea youngster Tyreek George. He's joined Everton on loan as well. Arsenal, Chelsea have all not brought in players, including Man United as well. This deadline day, none of them. Only Man City, out of the top 4 clubs, brought in a player. And even they did it earlier in the season with the signing of Anton Semenyo and Magehi. So pretty quiet window. Anyway, that's all the sports this morning on the Joy Sports Center. Back to you, Winston Amoah.
Thank you very much, Fenty. Where's Benzema going?
He's switched clubs. He's still in Saudi. He's left Al Ittihad for Al Hilal.
And that's why we're told Ronaldo is worried.
Yes, Ronaldo is worried. And they said yesterday he was on strike, that he won't play. They played the game. He was not there. And the reports are that Ronaldo is angry that the PIF, the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, which funds all the football clubs there, and that's why they have all the money. They said the money they are giving to Al Nassr is small compared to what they are giving to the other clubs. So the other clubs are signing big players, and Al Nassr are not signing big players. This window, Al Nassr only signed 1 player from Iraq, while the other teams are signing big players. So
Ronaldo is saying that they should bring him players who can help him win the Saudi Pro League.
Yes. So on young win issue, he has not won anything there.
He won some Asia what?
Asia what? He has not won. The only thing going right for Ronaldo there is that he's scoring and getting closer to his 1,000 goals.
1,000 goals.
So if he has more quality around him, he can get there faster.
And win something.
Yeah, win something. But the problem with Winston is that how can Al Nassr have more money to invest in the squad when Ronaldo alone is taking 488,000 euros per day? per day.
488,000 euros
per day.
Hey, thank you. I now understand why my wife bought a football for my son.
He has to play by force,
he
by
needs to
hook
learn.
or by
He needs to
crook.
learn how to play.
How old is he now?
Oh, he's 6.
It's not late. It's the right time to start.
Oh, okay.
It's now. Oh, if he was like 12, I can't.
Right now he should start
at 6. Oh, perfect age.
He just needs the technical this thing. He doesn't
Yes.
have to come with so much skills.
Master, just know how to run.
That's all.
Be a willing runner. Track back.
I'll bring him to you.
All the players now, have you noticed that now the players, let's focus on skill and more emphasis on
running,
Yeah, running. So if he can track back, go and come, he'll be a top player. You don't right to dream. If you are 12 years, above 12 years, they don't take you again. No.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much for joining us this morning.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. Your money is finished.
No. I want us to talk about how we can help your son. And all the other people who had the Ronaldo figure and they are trying to, their heart is giving them something. Forget Winston.
Forget who? Time now for the Business Minute brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, my name is Daryl. Welcome to the Joy Business Minute brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts. Total revenue from Ghana's crude oil exploration and export activities has dropped sharply. Government data shows earnings declined to $769 million at the end of 2025, marking a significant fall in petroleum receipts. The Ghana reference rate for February 2026 is expected to edge down slightly. Joy Business's calculations based on the industry's established formula project the rate to settle at 14.58%. Government is set to launch cargo rail services from the Tema port to Mpakadan in August 2026. And elsewhere, India has welcomed US President Donald Trump's decision to cut reciprocal tariffs on Indian goods from 50% to 18%. The move has brought relief to Asia's third largest economy. And that's the Joy Business Minute brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Welcome back, and you know Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sale of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3,000 kVA at competitive prices. And for every generator you acquire, you will enjoy a 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. Their services include a 24-hour emergency service, sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental service, professional advice, sale of tire lights and rental. Locate their East Legon branch at 26 Boundary Road, Legon, close to AH Hotel, and head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. They also have 21 branches nationwide, are into skill training. They have a training school that trains students in generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals and controls, as well as solar installations, offering 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. So call them on 0243 480 334 or 0246 42 3534. Anointed, the generator experts. Now let's get interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Provident Insurance. With Provident, man, you're covered. So if you drive or own a car, then make sure you're protected with motor insurance. You can trust Provident Insurance offers comprehensive third-party fire and theft and third-party only motor insurance with fast, stress-free claims payments. Insure from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Visit any of Provident Insurance's 16 branches nationwide, their agency outlets or licensed brokers. You can also call 0509374928 for enquiries or visit providentgh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN for corporate clients for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives. With Provident, man, you're covered. Coming up on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel Connecting Energies, Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa, and Republic Bank, we're the one for you, as well as Hollard Insurance. We've got you covered. Our focus is on your financial status and financial well-being. How do you ensure that you achieve your financial targets for 2026? By creating those sustainable streams of income. That's our conversation this morning. But you know your money deserves the safest home with Telecel Cash. You're protected every step of the way. No risk, no worries, no long stories, just peace of mind. Dial *110# or download the Telecel Play app now for safe, secure transactions. Telecel Cash, the safer choice. Send the keke. So get ready to boost your career with the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. Whether you are fresh out of university or climbing the corporate ladder, CIMA gives you the real-world skills and global recognition and a powerful network of over 689,000 professionals in 190 countries. And while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills and become a Chartered Global Management Accountant. No boring lectures. Enjoy flexible, self-paced online learning. Study anytime and anywhere. Visit aicpa-cima.com or call 0263011992. Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, one CIMA qualification, countless career opportunities. When we return after these messages here on the Super Morning Show, our friends from MTN will be joining us here. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
You know how much moms always say too much of everything is bad? But there's one too much mom actually approves of. Telecel's Too Much Broadband Bundle. This season, all you have to do is buy the 150 Ghana Cedis Too Much Broadband Bundle in addition to your main broadband plan and get 150% bonus data. That's right.
Simply buy the 150 Ghana Cedis Telecel Too Much Bundle in addition to your main broadband plan and receive 150% bonus data. Dial *900#, use the Telecel Play app or visit the Telecel website to buy now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Make a choice. Go for it. You need support to achieve. A new verse awaits you. The Republic Verse, where you're treated as uniquely as you are. Succeed, thrive, outshine yourself. This is our verse, the Republic Verse. Join the Republic Verse and big up. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident, drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, plan you're covered.
Do you want to remain productive and competitive in your business? Then I am happy to remind you that Anointed Engineering Services Limited is still here to serve. We provide homes, offices, and institutions with ultra-silent, reliable, and fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at unbeatable prices. You also enjoy a 5-year warranty. Anointed Engineering is noted for unwavering 24-hour after-sale emergency service service, rental and sale of tile lights and genuine spare parts, undertake repair and maintenance of all diesel generators, and buy back used generators. Sign up today at our training school and gain hands-on experience from our team of professionals on generators, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, and solar installations. Anointed Engineering has 21 branches nationwide. Locate us at East Legon, 26 Boundary Road, close to the AH Hotel. Call us on 024 642 3534 or 024 348 0334. Locate our head office in Accra at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
What if your insurance loved you back? Whether it's protecting your home, your car, or your business, Loyalty Insurance is there to safeguard what matters most to you. And because loyalty goes both ways, we reward your trust with unparalleled service, competitive rates, and benefits that grow with you over time. It's our way of saying thank you for choosing loyalty. So if you're ready for a partner that values you as much as you value your peace of mind, look no further than Loyalty Insurance. Visit us at www.loyaltyinsurancegh.com. With us, loyalty isn't just a promise, it's our way of life. Loyalty Insurance, your loyal partner.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Now, Dosh Health Insurance, in partnership with Mobile Money Limited, Momo from MTN, has officially launched a digital health insurance solution that allows Ghanaians to access private health insurance directly through the MTN Momo app, a first for mainstream health insurance in Ghana. And so this morning, to discuss further, we've been joined in studio by Belinda Amoah, who is head of sales and marketing Dosh Health Insurance. Belinda, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, thank you too.
And I believe you're doing very well. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. I'm doing well by grace.
We're in February. We're still doing Happy New Year. Anyway, not bad. But for those who may just be hearing about Dosh for the first time, what is Dosh Health Insurance and a partnership with Momo from MTN? Tell us more about that.
Okay, thank you. So Dosh Health Insurance is a private health insurance scheme. We are facilitating medical insurance using state-of-the-art digital technology. Now, to simply put, right from our customer acquisition to our claim processing, we are using digital technology. And the partnership with Momo, MTN Momo happens to be the largest payments platform in Ghana with over 17 million subscribers and 3 million plus on the Momo app. Since we are not taking cash, the best platform or the best partner to have in this offering up a solution to Ghanaians is Momo from MTN. And so that's the reason why we have this partnership with them.
But why this time? Why did you decide to launch the digital health insurance solution at this time?
So Dosh started somewhere in 2021. That's when we got our provisional license. And right from inception, we knew business transactions were moving to cashless and business operations also becoming paperless. And so we decided to use digital technology to offer health solutions to Ghanaians. And in doing that, we realized that we are coming into a space where we already have competitors. So for us to be able to penetrate and offer value for money, we have to ride on digital technology. In our customer acquisition, in our claims processing, to also reduce the cost that should have been transferred to the consumer. And so we are riding on three value proposition in doing this. That is affordability, availability, and accessible health care to all Ghanaians.
So this partnership, which allows people to access health insurance directly on the Momo app, how does it really work? How does that work? Tell us.
Yes, so first, if you don't have the Momo app, that is different from the MTN app, not the yellow one, the blue one with the yellow beneath it. You have to download it. You go to financial services, then insurance. We are number 2 on the financial services app, the insurance. We are the only digital health insurance scheme on the app. You see the black background with the cowrie between DOSH. That is DOSH.
Okay.
You subscribe there.
And it'll be important to tell us, the packages that, these subscribers can have access to. Can they go to any health provider of choice? Are there certain ailments that they do not cover? Tell us.
Okay, so for DOSH, all our plans, you can visit any of our health service providers nationwide. First, we are the first health insurance scheme to partner Ghana Health Service. So all Ghana Health Service facilities from CHIP compound, district hospital, polyclinics, you can access healthcare from them. That is if you are a DOSH member. Also, we cover a lot of ailments. First, we cover pre-existing medical conditions like diabetes, hypertensive, but at a fee. Again, there are certain ailments that we call exclusions when it comes to private health insurance scheme in Ghana. Example is mental health. Private health insurance do not cover until recently, before the national health insurance started covering it. We do cover. We also cover issues like fertility when it comes to family planning, fertility in men, erectile dysfunction in women, in vitro fertilization. We cover consultation. These are things that are not covered under private health insurance scheme, and DOSH is the only health insurance scheme that do cover. Like I mentioned earlier, whichever plan that you find yourself, we have 6 plans on our health insurance scheme. Whichever you find yourself on, you can visit any of our accredited health service providers.
Great. So these packages that you talk about, how affordable are they, and are there options for families and small businesses?
Yes, we are very affordable. I mentioned earlier that our key value proposition to Ghanaians are affordability, availability, and accessibility. We are affordable because with as low as 365 Ghana cedis per person per annum, we are giving you a total cover of 9,000 Ghana cedis. That's our first package, and our second plan is 750. The DOSH 750. Now, the names of our package is the premium we charge per person per annum. So the first one, the DOSH 365, that's 365 Ghana cedis per person per annum. And the next one is the DOSH 750. So the premium is 750 Ghana cedis per person per annum. And we are giving you a benefit of 18,000 Ghana cedis. And then the third one is a DOSH 1000, offering a benefit of 30,000 Ghana cedis. Now, these premiums that I've mentioned, or packages that I've mentioned, they cover services within outpatient limits, inpatient limits, outpatient services like optical, dental, GP consultation, specialist consultation, and inpatient. So we cover surgery, delivery, whether cesarean section or normal delivery, ICU services, emergency services. We cover all of these services.
Now, these services that you've talked about, must we pay in full, or you have payment options?
Yes, we have payment option. We have a 90-day payment option. So, assuming 365 Ghana cedis, you do not have the full amount to pay at once. You can pay within the 90-day period. So, every day, 365, you'll be paying like 4 cedi 10 pesos. That's really cool for everyone to subscribe to. All of our packages, including our highest package, that is the DOSH 10,000, which is giving you 190,000 Ghana cedis. You can also do the daily payments. And also, we are not looking at just groups. You can be an individual, you can subscribe on it. It could be family of 4, you can subscribe on a small business like 8 employees, you can still subscribe them on it.
Oh, okay, great. But some people are very cautious about digital services, Belinda. So how is DOSH ensuring trust, transparency, and data security?
Well, that is one of the reasons why we are partnering Momo from MTN. Now, when you are registering or when you go on the Momo app and you are subscribing, you would have to pay on the Momo app. So the premium will be debited from your Momo account. We do not have numbers that you have to transfer the money to. And so right on your Momo app, you input your data, you choose your package, you get a prompt, and then you approve. You'll be debited the premium. The premium will be debited from your Momo app. Now, someone would also be asking, so how do I get my health insurance card? I mentioned we are digital. And so using the app, your mobile number becomes your insurance number. After subscription, you get a link for you to do your KYC, your database, your information. You take a photo of yourself, and then you are enrolled. When you visit a provider, all you need is to mention your Momo number, your number, or whether it's Momo or any other number that you use to register, mobile MTN number. You just mention it, but it starts with the prefix. So assuming my number is 0244, then it's going to start with 233. 244 and the rest, and you'll be verified and you'll be served at any of our provider station.
Great. Sounds very easy. So finally, what would you tell Ghanaians who think health insurance is too complicated or out of reach, and why they should join DOSH?
Now you can, from this conversation, you are well informed that health insurance is within reach in the comfort of your home. By downloading the Momo app, you can subscribe. If you are using a different network, you can also dial our USSD *915#. You can also subscribe in the comfort of your home.
Your USD again?
*915#, and then you can subscribe or download the Momo app. You can also visit our web portal www.0800dosh.me for more information, or call our call center 24/7 toll-free call center 0800 367463 0800 367463. I'm taking that again, 0800 367463.
Belinda Amoah, thank you so much for joining us. And Belinda is head of sales and marketing, DOSH Health Insurance. I mean, everything is digital. You just get onto your phone and you're sorted. I like that. That's innovation right there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best. Do have a lovely day. When we return after these messages here on the Super Morning Show, we start a conversation about shifting your mindset to a wealthy or wealth-creating mindset. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, Auntie, of course. My momo is finished, but I still want to buy some pepper.
Hey, you are still stressing. You haven't heard about Extra Balance from Forms Capital?
Extra Balance? Which one is that?
It's a good way to get a small boost for your momo wallet when the pockets are dry. Extra Balance will give you a little extra money to sort yourself out till your next top-up.
So, even me, I can use it?
Of course! Extra Balance helps everybody. Market women, students, small traders. No wallet left behind. With Extra Balance from Forms Capital, you get a little extra when your wallet runs low. Also, the interest is only charged for the days you actually use the money. It's part of our mission to drive community growth and financial inclusion, because when everybody can move forward, we all win. Sign up for free on the Momo app, navigate to Financial Services, Advances, and select Extra Balance to register. Or dial *170#, select 5, select 3, then select 4 to activate Extra Balance. Live extra with Extra Balance.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best fit on Joy 99.7 FM.
If we took a holiday, took some time to celebrate, just one day out of life.
Coffee in your cup.
It would be,
Joy on the set.
it would be so nice.
I love this station.
Yeah, money. And in 2026, our focus is on creating a wealth mindset. Okay, a lot of us have talked about how the past years have been very difficult for us. We started 2026 with difficulty. We said, oh, January is such a long month. And we started counting. But some also, didn't really care about January because they knew they had prepared. They had done everything they had to do. And so they took advantage of your challenges, by also creating schemes that got you to spend your little with the hope of getting more. So this morning, as part of our conversations on your financial well-being, we're talking about the 2026 wealth mindset. And Kwame Sowu Jr. is an entrepreneur. He's joined us here on the Super Morning Show. Kwame, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Winston.
Good to see you here, and glad that you joined us. You are normally in your office by now, thinking about where the next money is going to come from. I'm sure.
I'm happy to be here. I think this is my first or second time. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, okay. It's good to have you. Good to have you join us. And this morning I want us to have a conversation about mindset because we've seen all the things that you've been writing. We've seen the things that you've been doing. You're into energy. You are into hospitality. Now, why is mindset very important in turning one's finances around?
All right. I mean, every great thing begins with mindset. I mean, for instance, you're growing up. You want to marry. You want to have kids. It's a mindset phenomenon. And unfortunately, wealth creation hardly features when we are growing up. Many people assume that when you are growing up, automatically you get employed, automatically you find money. And so not many people pay particular attention to the intentionality of creating wealth. And that is what the problem is.
Why do we have that problem? I mean, let's get to the roots of it before we can deal with it. So, why do we naturally grow up with these, with this mentality that yes, everybody's growing up is thinking, okay, let me go to, like we say in Ghana, go to university, after your service, look for a job, buy a car, get a house, marry, and all these things. You need money. Buy a car, get a house, marry, build a family. End of it. But nobody really sits down to consider what it takes you to get all these things. Why are we socialized that way?
Maybe that is how we are wired, but that is why programs of this nature are important, so that we begin to drive home the need to be intentional about these things. And so, for instance, I have told my kids, my young nephews, that by the age of 18, we would have to start incorporating a company for you, so that if you know that you have a small company, you have a small letterhead, you have social media presence, which costs nothing these days, and you begin to start thinking of something before you finish school, and then you don't wait after school looking for a job.
Talking about incorporation, there's always the conversation, and we've been talking about this when the whole entrepreneurial drive started. When we're at the university, the Foundation for Future Leaders, when this whole entrepreneurial drive started, it's always don't think about being an employee, think about being an employer. So what idea do you have? Okay, what problem have you seen? How can you solve that problem? Monetize that, and you're good to go. But people would tell you, well, not everybody is supposed to be an employer.
Well, not everybody is supposed to be an employer. Same way, not everyone is supposed to even marry or have kids. But think of it this way. It's like exercising. We are all not wired to go about exercising, but sometimes you need exercises to keep your body and soul together and improve your health. So, I mean, you cannot say that, yes, I mean, we are not wired to be entrepreneurs, but we are all wired to spend money, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're all wired to spend money at every point in time and you are not blessed to have some inheritance, then you have to find a way, whether you like it or not, to create some wealth. Now, the thing is that a lot of people think that entrepreneurship or wealth creation must start with some big money. And that is where a lot of us get it wrong. The idea is that anything that you do for yourself on a daily basis, once you can acquire some extra skills and polish and design it properly, anything you do for yourself, you cook for yourself, you clean your room, you organize your space, all of these things can be turned into entrepreneurship. So, for instance, and then the other issue is that people think that once I want to be an entrepreneur or I want to create wealth, it must come with some extra money and I don't think so. I keep saying that I can start a business with 1,500 CDs. And I'll give you an example.
Please do.
All right. So how much is a blender, for instance? You can find a blender at 500 CDs, 600 CDs, depending on what brand. All right. You can find fruits at Abubuloshi, maybe 300 CDs, and then put yourself together. Identify a space, your Kokomulile enclave here, which is extremely busy. If you're going to do smoothie or you're going to do fruit juices, I'm sure by the time we finish this program, we'll all be thirsty and we'd like to have some fruit juice. So we just go to, and it could be your part-time business or the front office executive sitting out there side business. And so she puts in just 1,500 CDs. Now, trust me, if she's doing 15 CDs per cup and she's targeting 50 people, she probably will work home 22 working days minus Saturdays and Sundays. She'll probably get an extra 8,000 CDs out of a 1,500 CD investment. All right. If she decides to scale and go to other locations in the ministry area, golf house area, airport city area, okay, and she has 5, that's 8,000 CDs times 5, that's 40,000 CDs. That's equivalent of a senior manager's salary at a bank, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And that is something that you are starting from only 1,500 CDs. All right. Recently in Kumasi, where we had just opened a new hotel in collaboration with the Ghana Armed Forces, it's called the Amoah Villandro. We had to set up a laundry, okay? And we were using laundry services, external laundry services, that was costing us around 4,000 CDs per visit. So I went into town and he said, okay, why don't we just set up our own laundry and save this cost? So I went into Bantama area in Kumasi, where they sell the second-hand item. And I bought a second-hand washing machine for 2,500 CDs. I bought a second-hand dryer for another 2,000 CDs. I bought an industrial iron. So in the total equipment cost of setting up that laundry came to around 7,000 CDs or 8,000 CDs, okay? Now, we live in an era where everybody wants to have a very good phone. So people are buying phones that cost 30,000 CDs. Employee salaried people are crediting phones that cost 15,000 CDs. Now I set up a laundry at a cost of 8,000 CDs. All right, and every decent employee who earns 3,000 CDs can actually borrow that kind of money and invest in a laundry. You wash your clothes every day, isn't it? You cook your food every day, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So now you're only scaling and doing it for others. Okay, same way, so the house helps work for others and they get paid a pittance. You try and glamorize yours a little bit. You have your complimentary card. You go to your workplace. You show everybody that this is what I can do. Your colleagues bring their clothes. You go and do it for them. You go to church. You do the same thing there. And then you replicate it across. Trust me, you'll probably be adding some 50,000 CDs to your 25,000 or your 30K. So the day you decide to quit the job, you have acquired skills, you have acquired a certain experience in enterprise, you are creating wealth, you are building wealth for yourself. and it didn't require some huge setup costs.
You know, the bit about, say, doing smoothies here and there, you know, some would say you make it look very simple. Yes, you get a blender, you get fruits, but of course, the space that you talk about, you need a space. Okay, so if I were going to set up in front of, say, at Kokomlimli, I need a space. That space, yes, if a company is kind enough to allow me to use their frontage, fine. But if they are not, where do I get it? And that's where the cost is, for instance.
Well, I mean, we are talking smoothies, tabletop operation that doesn't require any huge space. Right? People charge their phones all over the place, everywhere. People go to places and they are carrying their phones and they want to charge them. So if you present it properly, and institutions look around the food vending units around the biggest institutions. You find a skyscraper in the city of Accra, and there is some substandard person selling food right in front of you, and nobody bothers. And the institutions, perhaps, if I want to do this, I'll speak to the HR. So I'll tell the HR that look around, look at the woman selling banku next to you. I am coming with a different setup that would enhance, probably add more value and not denigrate your facility. So that is where a certain bit of intentional negotiation skills would come in, so that you can, because you're not going to have everything for free, by the way. You would also need to put in quite a bit of effort, negotiating, identifying the right place, and so on and so forth.
So if I get you clearly, all you need is to say, this is what I do. I know I can do this, and then you start it. You don't have to think always about the money, because sometimes you may not just need money.
So, I mean, money would be secondary. It must come with the idea how you are properly organized. And if you organize a very good idea very well, automatically money comes. But usually everybody thinks that the money must come, and it's a money thing. And then they ignore the quality of the idea, they ignore the feasibility, they ignore how a small thing could become great. And so that is where the mindset thing comes in. So anything that you want to do in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of wealth creation, it starts with a mindset. And how does mindset even materialize eventually? So I come to Joy FM, I'm looking around. The element of being inquisitive. All right, so I come around, I'm looking around, I'm trying to eye what you don't have, what can be added to your setup to enhance it and so on. So by the time I leave here, probably expect a proposal from me on one or two things that I have identified. And so you cannot be walking around if you're looking for a woman to marry and you will not be inquisitive and you will not be looking at the women. Okay, so if you're seriously looking for a woman to marry, then you must be looking. And so if you're looking to create wealth, then that spirit of being inquisitive must be in you. Everywhere you find yourself, you have to be inquisitive. And that is how come many of our businesses are dominated by foreigners. Okay? Because they are inquisitive and they are smelling money from far away. So you take the Lebanese, for instance, they run all our major businesses in Ghana. These days, including carpentry. So you go to the Spintex Road, for instance, and Lebanese carpenters are everywhere these days. Okay, so I have looked at that when I was doing a hotel in Ho. I used one of them, and I decided I'll go and spend my time at Sokoban, Kumasi, and then Tima Market. I spent about 6 months in and out of those two wood vending spaces. And I learned a bit of carpentry. So Kumasi, for instance, I decided to do all the furniture myself.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely. I decided to do all the furniture myself. And I can sell you furniture today. Yes. So we decided that, there must be something. And there's a country of 30 million people. We need all sort of things, 33 million people. And so can you imagine if you producing something that targets just a small fraction, and you're making just a small margin.
Okay.
And that is why these people come here, and then, yes, and including even these days, the automotive repair businesses are dominated by foreigners. TikTok, you see them, they're doing body works, they're doing welding, they are doing all sorts of things. There's a Chinese vehicle service center on the Spintex Road next to Action Chapel. Their prices are low, they are doing upholstery for vehicles, they are doing everything. And then they employ us. You see, so the point is that it's a mindset issue. They are inquisitive. They know that there are 33 million people in that country and globally, so they find themselves everywhere. So why don't we ourselves take a look at what we need, what we use, and then gradually enter these spaces by learning and acquiring those skills that are required to be successful in those areas.
Great points. We're joined this morning by Kwame So, who's an entrepreneur. We're having a conversation about the 2026 wealth mindset, from scarcity to abundance in the digital age. You talk about they look and they see. Some of us look, we don't see anything. Why don't we see what they see?
Well, again, that is why this particular program is important. I think that some national policy would have to kick in where either there are incentives or people are compelled that there are campaigns for entrepreneurship. That's why I said that the young people around me, my 3 daughters, I expect each and everyone to understand entrepreneurship by 18 years. They must have their businesses incorporated and they must start something and they can fail as many times as possible. But the most important thing is for them to develop that mindset early enough. And that is why I've taken it upon myself that wherever I find myself, whether it's on social media or wherever, I want to preach entrepreneurship. Government policy is extremely critical. Can you imagine if 10% of our population, probably in every region, just about 10%, so let's say 3.3 million Ghanaians, each does $100 worth of business every month. Okay, do you know that would more than double our GDP?
Tell me more about that.
Yes, and so if you take 3.3 million times 100, how much do you get? Eventually, we'll be ending up somewhere around $100 billion. Yes, if you do $100 a day business, which is just about 1,000 cedis worth of business. Okay, 100
okay,
cedis.
So you get about $100 times 3.3 million. You're looking at $330 million monthly. So you're looking at that monthly, right?
Day.
A day.
Yes.
Okay, that's in a day.
Yes. That's
okay.
1,000 cedis worth of business a day. It's feasible.
Yeah.
It's feasible. 100 cedis, 1,000 cedis worth of business a day. It's so feasible.
Yeah.
Now, and it becomes even more feasible if you spread it across regions. Okay, and you disaggregate your imports, and you say that these are the things that we are importing. These are the areas that I expect people to go into. These are the incentives that are attached to these areas. For instance, the reason why a lot of people would say that, South Africa, they don't need dollars. If you go to, they spend only their rand and so on. Why is this so? Because the Levi's jeans in South Africa is made in South Africa by a South African. The BMW in South Africa is made or assembled in South Africa by South Africans.
Yeah.
They don't import milk like you do. Okay, so the cheese that they eat in South Africa is made in South Africa. And what does it take to make cheese, by the way? I can make cheese for you this morning. It doesn't take anything to make cheese. Why must a country import its milk? And so, for instance, somebody must be telling people who are eager to do business that, what, we import so much milk, but these are the steps that you require to do to produce and create. These are the returns. And so India does that. So for instance, India has done, they've written business plans for literally every item. So you take garment manufacturing, for instance. They've written business plans to make the zip, to make the button, to make the thread, to make the fabric, and then they've defined their market. There are billions of people in that country. So they define the market, they look at the prospects, they design everything that you require. So if you are growing up or you are desirous of becoming an entrepreneur and create wealth, you just walk to their Ministry of Trade and ask for an area of interest, and you get a free business plan, and then you take that decision. So a lot of Indians have decided, and that's how come you go to our industrial area and they are doing plastics and they are doing all sorts of packaging materials. Okay? Because their country, their government have actually designed those things, help them to understand, create an intentional interest in those areas. So for instance, if I show you that if you do A, B, C, D, you make money. For the person who is not even inquisitive, they know that, okay, these are the steps that I can take to reach this level. And so rather than sit at home for the next 3 years looking for a job that you will never get, and even if you get it, 30-year-old person, your salary is 10,000 cedis or 80,000 cedis, that won't take you anywhere, by the way.
Well, Kwame Sowu has joined us this morning, and you're saying we should be inquisitive, and we would come across different opportunities wherever we find ourselves. What people say is knowing this is an opportunity, because you may look, and I've read a lot of your write-ups on Facebook, for instance. You go to East Legon, you buy something, you see young girls doing something, you encourage them, you write about it. But you've seen it. Some may never see it. What do you see when you look that others don't see?
That's a difficult one. But, well, the thing is, there is a certain global value that people must begin to attach to. So, for instance, when you see, how do people get to identify that this is the new dance in vogue, and so they must dance the same way when they listen to a particular music? How do people get to know that there's a new hairstyle, so they must have that hairstyle? How do people get to know that this is the new fashion and trend? I think that we have developed, or we have spent time on social things rather than commercial. All right, we spend too much time on social interest rather than, and so we must begin to look at the things that, as they say elsewhere, how do things work? We must begin to move away from just what we consume and move away, and then begin to think about how revenue and how wealth is created. And that thing has to be intentional. But of course, like you said, it won't come naturally. It ought to be taught. It ought to be taught. So for instance, you go to the university and then you do your project work, and then you're going to do your national service, and then that is the end of your project work. Why don't national service, for instance, say that what did you do your project work in? And so why don't you do that as part of your national service, rather than someone who does project work in post-harvest losses is sent to Ghana Library Board to either become an errand person, buying coffee broke man. When post-harvest loss, you probably should be finding yourself in Akumadan or somewhere, or in the Keta area, where during the tomato season, they have a lot of tomatoes that they cannot dry or they cannot turn into powder, and so they go bad. And so we educate a lot of people who go and learn all the things that they have to learn, and then when it comes to the practical. So there's a lot of study, there's a lot of effort in teaching people the right thing. But what is missing is the linkage, okay? And so people are not taught how to make money from the things that they have learned, all right? And that is where we have to be intentional about teaching them, so that when they see these opportunities, they will be able to identify these opportunities.
Okay. So there should be that linkage between what you've learned and how that which you've learned can enable you to earn income.
Yeah.
It's not just about teaching and going.
Exactly.
I like that bit. I like that bit. But let's look at, wealth mindset also in the digital age. Because now you've talked about social things, but a lot of people are on their phone all the time. If they are not, they're watching the reels. And today there's been lots of AI-generated short stories that people are watching all the time, content creation here and there. So how do we take advantage of technology to also generate wealth?
I think it's quite simple. Again, I mean, in this virtual situation, a lot of people prefer to be seen or to be heard or to be admired rather than be entrepreneurial or create wealth out of it. So I always give this example. I mean, a lot of Ghanaians love their grass cutter. You're a teacher in, let's say, Adaklu, where they have a lot of grass cutter. Okay, you close from work at 2 o'clock or 2:30, and you don't have much to do. I mean, why can't you aggregate all the hunters and others, take very nice photographs? Adaklu is just about 10 minutes from home, and so you can arrange, have it nicely smoked, have it nicely packaged. You have photographs on, for these things. You advertise, and then your supplier, your customers, heavy do, and so on. They can buy grass cutter from you by virtue of you making that available, instead of spending all your time with your small teacher salary, buying data and watching TikTok and so on. So these are very, 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 very small activities that people can carry out. I mean, the good thing about social media, it's power to aggregate. Okay, when I started Energy Synergies 16 years ago, and by the way, Energy Synergies is one of my companies. We sell to the mines, to ECG, to VRA, and so on. We didn't even start with an office. All right, we only started with a website.
Okay.
And then we were buying from some of the importers. Okay, so in those days, 2008, 2009, any foreign company that wanted to, and that was the era when we started doing power plants, any company that wanted to do a power plant or was building a mine, so Newmont, for instance, when they were building their Ahafo, they just go on the internet and they're looking for suppliers of, let's say, transformers, conductors, circuit breakers, and then we would pop up naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But there were really big companies who were important. In fact, I'm not going to mention any of their names. They were very, very big. I mean, like 100 times bigger than mine. But they were always coming to me because of a simple website, online presence. All right? So we were able to aggregate all the importers who were hiding at the various corners, Cantamanto, Opera Square, who had no interest in being online. But right now, I mean, this has become so democratized that everyone can literally set up a website in a minute or two. Everyone would have social media presence. And so it should be possible for a young person who identify, let's say, a welder who makes gates, all right, or a carpenter who makes some very good furniture, all right, and then you just decide that, okay, this carpenter has no time or has no interest in setting up a social media presence or an online presence. So I, a young graduate, 24, 23-year-old graduate from the university, I put him together with a few other carpenters, whether it's in Sakumuno or Adenta or the Kaswa area. I go around, I find these carpenters. All right, I take pictures of their work, I sell them on social media. In fact, that is what Facebook does, aggregation. By aggregating the content from everybody, and then people go and sell their products by way of advertising. And that is what Airbnb does. So they have no house, they don't have a single room, but they aggregate everybody's room and they put it on one page or one site, and then we all go there and buy. And that is the same thing Uber and Bolt and others are doing. So how come if I'm looking for a great carpenter in Ghana, there is no site that I can go to? How come I'm looking for a welder I can't find anywhere? I mean, I'll have to literally go around one welder to the other to see the quality of their job. There is no aggregation whatsoever in those spaces. All right, and those are fantastic opportunities. So I'm going to Kumasi to build a property there. I'm looking for the finest welder to do some gates for me or to do some balustrades for me. There are no opportunities. I have to physically drive around the whole of Kumasi to find one. Yet we have about 20 million smartphone holders in this country. And that is a huge opportunity in the aggregation space.
Okay. Well, Mr. Amoah, who's listening to us, says, good morning, boss. Reference to your current discussion, I've been advocating many years that entrepreneurship should be taught in our schools from primary school to university.
Absolutely. I mean, we have to do that. Because, yes, because, look, the reason why it's so important is that it goes to aid government revenue at the end of the day. All right? I'll give you an example. There's a company known as Nestle, all right? And it was started in a country called Switzerland and a village called Vevey. All right? Nestle employs 400,000 people. The town in which it was established, Vevey, has a population of 19,000. But okay. Nestle has staff strength of 400,000, making several billions of dollars, And so, can you imagine if that man in Vevey had decided not to set up, and then he just decided, okay, he will just go with the flow, So, and imagine the tax revenue government stands to benefit from if it focuses on its citizens becoming entrepreneurial. And that's why I gave you the example of 10% of the population doing $100 a day in business will double our GDP. And if you have 100 billion extra and you have a tax component of even 5%, how much would that be? That's 5 billion.
5 billion.
Yes. And that's more than what you borrow from the IMF, isn't it? Yes. And now you'll be generating that locally. Okay? And the foreigners who come and do all sorts of things here, and unfortunately, they're the ones who cut corners the most and take all the money away.
Yeah, but talking about it being taught, there's also the fear of how we've taught things in the past. We've taught things in a way that it becomes more of a recall. So this person says, oh, what is this? Then he knows it. How do we teach it in a way that can ensure delivery on the ground?
So when I was growing up, I'll go and visit my grandmother in a village near Achim, called Achim Asene. Okay, and they would use all sorts of materials to make toys. I mean, toy cars that you can push around and so on. And then they call something craft. So my other cousins, they go into school and they've asked them to bring craft. So they will make brooms, they will make all sorts of things from palm and from other natural materials. Okay, but it was done in a way that made it look like a punishment. Okay, and so that is where our curriculum must take a second look and bring some of these things and then begin to let people know that there is value and there's wealth in doing these things. All right, so for instance, why would you have our technical universities where people are trained in automobile and they want to go and work in a bank? You have technical universities where people are trained in hospitality and catering, hotel catering, institutional management, and you interview them and they don't know the difference between a steak knife and a bread knife. Right? So what that means is that person is going to go into the world without being able to apply any of the things that they have learned. All right? And so foreigners, again, would come and occupy the space. If you're looking for a food and beverage manager for any hotel, go around all the top hotels, you will notice that many of these positions are occupied by foreigners. So our curriculum must intentionally be more practical than theoretical.
Great. Kwame So is our guest this morning on the 2026 wealth mindset. I like the fact that when you look, see, Okay, there are lots of challenges around that you can take advantage of. And, by taking advantage, by solving these problems, you get to make money. Particularly, I like the bit about, deciding to do a smoothie. And I know a lot of you do it. A lot of people do it in the offices. I have this, I have that. Was it last week? Somebody sold something to me in the office here because I saw one guy thinking, I was like, oh, I like this. Like, okay, then I'll get you one. So you can do same, whatever it is that you're doing. And if you do it well, we would go around selling it for you. Okay, but if you've got any question, you can definitely join us on WhatsApp 055-1111-997, 055-1111-997. Our stories are all different. For some of us, it's the thrill of chasing your dream of opening your own shop. For others, it's how they are able to tap their phones and pay for wache with no stress. Whatever your story is, ABSA is ready with digital solutions, travel insurance, free international debit cards, flexible repayment options on loans, and countless other perks that actually match your ambitions. So whatever chapter you're on, ABSA says, we see your story matters, ABSA. And Central University invites prospective applicants to apply for admission to the 2025-2026 academic year at Central University. We believe aligning who you are with what we do is at the heart of our academic journey, one that goes beyond the classroom. And we're currently admitting students for the following programs: IT and engineering, architecture, design, planning, business, economics, communication, pharmacy, nursing, public health, law, psychology, social work. Now, you can also do the diploma if your results do not qualify you for the undergraduate degree programs. Our graduate programs include PhD in finance, MBA, MPhil, MSc, and MA programs. WASI applicants are invited to try our program eligibility checker on our website to assess the eligibility for undergraduate programs. No matter where your dreams are headed, Central University is where they begin. Central University, raising virtuous and transformational leaders for our world. Okay, we're going to be activating the phone line shortly also, so that people can give us a call, so that if they have any questions for Kwame Sow, they can definitely ask all those questions. But Kwame, talking about the digital world also, and today there's this problem that we see. So it's more like something pops up and everybody moves in there. So we saw the comm center business, where everybody went into comm center. Today we've seen content creation, and everybody wants to be a content creator. Unfortunately, if we were to do the comparison and compare Ghanaian content creation to our neighbors, the verdict would be that our neighbors are doing well. What is it that we don't do well when it comes to the things that we want to do or what we intend to take advantage of?
I think that, again, you see, Ghanaians, we tend to copy because we do not see the wider picture. And we do not see the wider picture because we are not innovators, in nature. And that is where I think that the intentionality of innovating is important. And so, for instance, if you take an item like Indomie, all right, everyone is now doing Indomie in every small corner. So an item, something comes up and everybody wants to do the same thing. Instead of we looking at how we can turn other things around. If you take Gary, there are many, 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 many things you can do with Gary, for instance. All right, not just soakings and gobe, but you can do Pinot, you can make biscuits, you can all sort of things. All right, and that is the whole essence of this technical university thing that was supposed to help people move across a wide range of areas and expand the economy by introducing different little things. But unfortunately, it turned out to be just go and read, no practicals, no competition, in terms of practicals and so on. And back in the day when the technical system began, when I was in Maoli School and it was known as Whole Technical School, on Fridays you can visit the Whole Technical School and they had some type of cooking competition. All right, so everybody is cooking something different. Okay, with a local item or a local ingredient. Okay, so those are some of the things that must come back instead of the word university replacing these technical institutions, and then all they do is to read. Very, very little innovation, very, very little practical work, and so it has limited our scope, and it has not enabled us to expand our thoughts and so on, and our creativity.
Great. This one says, good morning, very insightful conversation. Please, what's the entrepreneur's name? I've told you, Kwame Sowu, and social media handle.
It's just Kwame Sowu, Facebook Kwame Sowu Jr.
Okay, Facebook Kwame Sowu Jr. Okay, that's it. So you're saying, this one says, great presentation by Kwame Sowu. Let's get that message. I would like him... I'd like to be linked to him for some mutual beneficial business relationship. Okay, Edmund Wood. You can find him on social media, and then you pick it up from there. Okay, you can also join us if you have any question. You can definitely ask those questions on 055-1111-997. Now that's our WhatsApp number, 055-1111-997. The phone lines have been activated now. You can join the conversation, 0302-216-541, 0302-216-541, and then 055-1111-997, 055-1111-997. We're creating a wealth mindset for 2026, okay? But Kwame, you've talked about something, which means that, behind all this is research. You just don't get up and say, I'm going into this. You need to understand what you're going into. And you need to know what it is that you can do and what you can get, right?
Yes. So, anything you want to do, no matter how small it is, basic steps, understand it's important you understand the regulatory framework. If it is even smoothies, you need to do FDA. You need to obtain some licenses or some level of...
Please hold on 1 minute for me. Let me get onto the phone lines because Emmanuel has joined us. Emmanuel, good morning and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, the panel. I'm very, very glad as to the topic you are discussing. And what I want to put across that our orientation from kindergarten up to university is that you have to learn, find a job from somebody, and then that's what's going on. If I may recall, when we were in secondary school, when you are being punished, you go and weed. So that is the mindset. So there are many people who are in the system, and when you tell them to go into agriculture, they will think that you are punishing them. You get me? Most of our parents would like us to be doctors, would like us to be lawyers, would like us to be bankers. You go into the banks today, somebody who has done history is a teller. He's being given a peanut, a clothing allowance, some few car loans, and he's certain with it. So it means the economy is tailored to buying without production. When you are doing production, people look down on what you are doing. A factory hand, when they tell you that, go and, like the man was saying, like the smoothie thing. Can you tell a graduate, okay, in any discipline, that You have completed school. You have done your national service. There's no job. So go into smoothing. He will look you in some way because his orientation is to finish the school and to be employed. You get me? So if this forum or these discussions are being done by especially the radio stations, put across these things, because what the man is saying is that when everybody is self-employed and we have systems, we can tax each and everybody so that the economy will grow. But the orientation is, let me go to school, I'll be forced to go and do law. And I know one media person who has done law and not practicing it, and he's claiming that he's a lawyer, and there are many doctors in the system who are not getting jobs, nurses, teachers, in which they can go into all this informal sector to produce for the country.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel in Accra, for joining us. You can also join us on 0302216541 and then 05511119997. Kwame, so Emmanuel brings in a part of our education, the fact that he says when growing up, when you're punished, you're asked to go and weed, and so weeding became punishment for many people. Today, if you ask those same people to go into farming, they see farming as punishment. But let's go to Kwabinya, where Eben is. Eben, good morning.
Good morning, Winston and your guest too.
Sure, good morning, Eben. Share your thoughts with us.
I want to, because you see, the caller that just left spoke my mind, and I want to say, because we were all thinking that gone are the days in schools when you are being punished, they ask us to go and weep, and due to that, nowadays when you ask we young guys to go into farming, we thought it's a form of punishment. If I may ask, can't the government also, make sure that all institutions to go into farming? Because for me, from the way I'm seeing things, most of the people in this country are not doing production. What they are doing, buy and sell. That is why you see we take out a chunk of money, especially $1, in importing things, and each and every time you will see that we need Bank of Ghana have to come with a lot of forest. So if it will be possible, government should make sure all institutions in this country, because I am saying this because when you go to shipyard like this, they have a very vast land. Aside their maintenance and duties, there are some lands over there that I see that even shipyard can even go into farming. Okay, so I'll plead with the government. It should make sure all institutions will go into farming.
Okay,
starting from our various schools, because see, from the look of it, look at how big American continent is. They only have few people who are doing farming, and they are able to take care of the farm all the country. Mechanized farming. So please, the government make sure you allow every institution to go into farming so that we all see the essence of it. Have a good morning.
Thank you very much, Eben in Kwabinya. You can also join us on 0302216541 and then 05511119997. Kwame So Jr. Emmanuel says we made weeding a punishment. Eben says, well, how about we get institutions to go into farming?
It's a great point. Those two are great points. But certainly, not every institution can go into farming. For instance, hospitals can go into farming. But I do believe that our secondary schools, for instance, must do some attractive farming. And when I was in Maoli school, we were eating pork. And you went to Maoli school, you remember? We had pockets and non-pockets, and these were meals. Pigs that would be the school red, and then no, the whole school.
The school had this big farm that it red and served us from the pig farm.
I would like to say that we can polish some of these initiatives. For instance, these schools that go into farming must have a small shop where They display what they have produced. They can have exhibitions and show they have done, and the students behind them, the student leaders who actually participated in these things, can now be given special awards. It can be inter-house farming competition and so on and so forth. And I think that once we can find a way of glamorizing agriculture, let's see which house can actually produce the biggest goat or something over a certain period of time, and it becomes competitive. It becomes even inter-schools, a great competition and things like that. The same way we do sports, the same way we treat music and so on. And then we can find a headway.
Hold on a minute. Let me go to Butchie where Elizabeth is. Elizabeth, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, and thank you so much for this program. Very, very insightful and very beneficial.
Thank you.
I want to make one suggestion.
Please go ahead.
Yes, you see, many people, many young people may be doing something more at the corner somewhere. But the challenge I think I have also identified is how to legally get Food and Drugs Authority to give the approval for it to be scaled up. Because the law requires them to get the approval to be able to do that. And so I think that this government can come in. The people who are now setting up, if they can give them some rebate or some reduction in how much they have to pay to be able to get some of these processes done and the approval given. I believe it will help a lot of people who are really actually doing something that requires the Food and Drugs Authority approval. I think that will go a long way to also support, because at times even the money to go through this approval to pay for it becomes a challenge for the young business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, for joining us. And Kwame, Elizabeth raises the challenge of regulation and the processes, and even sometimes the monies that must be paid. Says if something could be done about that. And I know you've been through. You operate in a hospitality. You need permits here and there to do them. She's come up with a challenge of regulation.
Thank you very much. It's a fantastic point. Very, very important point. In Ghana, the regulatory framework tend to be rather punitive, or they look more punitive than an enabling process. And for FDA, for instance, I think that it should be a far more decentralized institution. And in an era of technology, they should be out there asking people to come. And it shouldn't be difficult for me to call a courier company, or they should have a platform where I can call a courier company and pay a small fee instead of driving all the way to any of their centers, pick up my item, I pay, I go through a tracking process the same way visas are tracked and so on, and then they go and do all the testing. I don't have to go and be in a queue or go to their office. You pick up my samples, they go, I get certified within a very short period, and you can even have very special arrangements for young people, for instance, and encourage them. And they should be advertising on your station all the time, encouraging people to go on their website and be sending their samples. They get them certified, and where they are wrong, they guide them, take them through the process. And it should be possible to do these things and have as many as people try their samples out, help them, even if it's possible, with the way they are designed, the packaging, and so on and so forth.
Great. The phone lines are still activated. 0302216541, 0302216541, and then 05511119997. Kwame, so someone is asking, why can't hospitals go into farming? Don't they feed patients and workers?
Well, I mean, it's a question of availability of extra labor and extra downtime that schools have that hospitals don't have. All right, so it will be quite a difficult. From where I said, it's going to be very difficult to a hospital to set up a farm and so on. It will be much easier for schools to do that, because schools are learners. They have a lot of people who have a lot of kids who have free time. They can schedule their timetable in a way. Hospitals will be difficult, in my view.
Okay, so the schools should go into farming. How about other state institutions?
The security services, for instance, the prison service, they have quite large tracts, and I would even dare say that the military, for instance, where a lot of discipline exists, they have the engineer regiment, for instance. They can have an agric corps, in the Ghana forces, and a specialized agric corps, and because one of the institutions when they decide to execute something, they get it properly executed. So the security services, educational institutions should do that. There's a school I follow in the US. It's called Louisiana Agri College. Okay, so they make sausages. They earn about $18-20 million annually from their farm. Yes,
Wow.
Louisiana Agri College. Yes, and so they are always researching into new varieties of new species of lobster and all sort of things, and it's phenomenal agric college, and I think that's something that we can learn.
Okay, let me get back onto the phone lines. Ediment is in Dansoman. Ediment, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Kofono. What for?
But Jesse,
what problem today?
Yamina Dumanon Pebo, what's there?
I don't know. Any give a make up and take a care. For sure, it's a better planting for food and jobs. In terms of so much. Policy, and Nankasa we define what policy. Now what tournament because in chair or in a bad. Just then it was the bell when 2 months 20 2 months way to way. Again, make sure the policy program man work. In chair on your bad, but official not so bad. Naturally, if you are buying Nankasa autonomy on policy and on motivating so that we should go into farming. Them domestication idea no. And on your bad, a champ on the more okay. Domesticated than like not only the more okay. And feeling sufficient in their food. This South Africa program now talking about cheese, Oh, you're wonderful. Foreign exchange when they have a lot of cheese, they will export it. I want to say with more. If you can show my able to me, na waboy and the be jako amanichi. Na waboy. In the leadership, one thing view. Mama Pano can
Thank you very much, Edimens, supporting what you've said. I believe that leadership should take these initiatives and sell it to the people, drive it. They should lead this. Okay, so it's not just a case of people doing these things, but the leadership should take them. And once it comes from them, people will buy into it. And eventually, beyond being self-sufficient, we can export and get the much-needed foreign exchange. We're not going to be dependent solely on gold. So that today, if the price of gold on the world market reduces, then we're crying.
Absolutely. And I've advocated a few times that we must begin to disaggregate our imports. Last year, okay, I think the figures for 2025 is not out, but in 2024, we imported, I believe, $15.3 billion worth of items. We must begin to disaggregate these items and ask ourselves, which of these items can we do locally? All right, and many of the people who import do not know that some of these things can be made locally. Okay, and so the Ministry of Trade, for instance, must begin to disaggregate and study these items that we import, $15.3 billion worth of them, and say that these ones we can do them, these ones we cannot do, these ones that we can do, how do we want to do them? How do we advertise and organize a show and tell people that this is the size of the market? 15 billion, or let's say even if it comes down to 10 billion, because we cannot make bulldozers, for instance, and we can make even 8 billion of them. We develop the business plans that I talked about, that India does, for instance, for all of those products that will come under the $8 billion bracket, and show people the way that we have a market here, we can do these items here, so here you are, go and try them. And for most people, they will rather stop importing and go straight into manufacturing, as it happened in the cable sector, where my former boss, Tropical Cable and Co, went into cable manufacturing. Roy, Nexans, and now the Techies have also come, and they are manufacturing cables locally. So if cables can be manufactured locally, why can't we produce milk?
Great. Let's get back onto the phone lines. I'll tell you what a Techish businessman told me last year. Emmanuel is in Accra. Emmanuel, good morning.
Good morning, Winston. I'm back.
Okay, go ahead.
I started some backyard garden, and in the beginning, my area people look at me some way.
Oh,
and
how do they look at you?
2 years, yeah.
How do they look at you?
If I'm my sir, or what is he doing? We are busily we are buying. Even I spoke with one tenant around, and he said, "Oh, let me tell you, I'm telling Ghanaians, for the past 2 years, I've done a mixed cropping on that piece of land, and I don't go to market. You get me? So I'm using those monies to do other things. So Ghanaians, if you have a piece of land behind your place, or you bought a land, you have not developed it, turn into a small garden or a farm, and you testify. And I'm enjoying from that piece of land today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Emmanuel. He says it was being looked at in some way, like we say in Ghana, because as a pepe, you don't want to buy anything. But today he's happy. At least he's eating what he grows, domestication, the famous Danlate vibe. But that's not a bad one. That's definitely one that I'm sure many of you would like. But let's go to Kumasi, where Kofi is. Kofi, good morning.
Good morning, Winston. How are you doing?
God is still taking care of his children. How about you?
I'm also doing fine.
Great.
Winston, I get so annoyed when I hear amount of money that we use to import the frozen chicken, especially frozen chicken and Yomuadie. I mean, why? Why are we importing some of this and that can be done right here in Ghana? You, Winston, you are into farming, I'm told.
Yes.
But, yes. So, why can't we make it in such a way that farming, especially the poultry, would be so attractive to the youth? For them to, in order not to spend so much picking frozen chicken. And it has become, I'm dealing with President, His Excellency President Nani Mahama, to put a plan on some of this, especially the frozen chicken and the Yomuadie. Why? Has it become a capital data of a sudden?
Thank you very much, Kofi in Kumasi. Kwame, now there's this conversation, sometimes you're looking at people, then they make the point, why are we importing this and that when we can produce them locally? There's always been the conversation about, but there's chicken, we can produce locally. Those who prefer not to invest in it will tell you that the cost of production is very high. And so you will not be able to compete with the imported ones.
Well, I mean, that is right. A friend of mine who is an importer was telling me that if he wants, for instance, 10 containers of gizzard, all the chicken in Ghana will finish. Mm-hmm. Because each chicken produces just one gizzard. Okay, so, but the point really is that all those who are producing at scale and are selling at what looks like competitive prices at which we have to import started from somewhere. Yeah. They didn't start producing cheaper chicken for anyone to buy and export or import into their countries. And that is why we also need to start from somewhere. And we must start from where we must admit and agree that it's going to be a little more expensive at the beginning, but we'll give ourselves time. And so we must have a plan. So year 1, yes, we are a little more expensive. Year 2, we start going down. Year 3, because if we don't do that, we are never going to get there. So we must clearly have a plan to say that, well, we do know that, yes, it's going to be expensive. It's not going to be. You remember 3, 4, 5 years ago, Chinese vehicles are dominating the space. 5 years ago, you wouldn't like to drive a Chinese car.
No.
Now, they started from somewhere. They've developed it over time. And now Chinese vehicles are being sold everywhere. And so we can do the same thing. At least there are some basic things that every country should be able to produce for themselves. I mean, for instance, you cannot live in, or you cannot run a country where you cannot make your own soup. All right? So all majority of your washing detergents must be imported. You can run a country where your milk must be imported. You know, I mean, what does it take to milk a cow? You know, and unfortunately, these are areas that, for instance, some of the areas have just been left without any organized system. You know, so if you take cattle rearing, for instance, you have a very well-educated university professor, okay, or a general in the army who has about 200 cows, and he has no educated farm manager, so I'm not going to mention any tribe, but he has somebody from a certain tribe who knows absolutely nothing about cow diseases or cattle diseases, and he's the one running that thing. So naturally, you cannot produce at scale. You cannot. So we are not intentional about these things at all. Everything is merely a hobby.
Okay, Gabriel says, good morning, Kwame Sowu Jr. I agree with you. I remember Workers' Brigade in the 1960s. Okay, yes, Gabriel, taking us to more than 60 years ago. Anyway, let's get back into the 2020s. And the phone lines are still active, 0302216541 and then 05511119997. I think we can pick a few more of your calls on how you can create the 2026 wealth mindset. It's very important, okay? And we're telling you, please look. Kwame, you're talking about the need for research, because then everything you want to do also, you need to research, you need to have an understanding. You've talked about, the university professor. And, for those of us who are into livestock, we see this all the time. Whoever you've employed there that you think knows the job would sometimes come back to you with problems. But by the time you call the veterinary guys to get over, you probably have a problem.
Well, I mean, no doubt research is a key ingredient in any business venture. You must understand the market. You must understand whether there is market in that market. Because there could be a market, but there might not be enough market for you to make money. So those are things that you really, 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 really have to conduct all the. That is why I believe that in anything, any venture, you start small. I don't believe in taking a loan and pumping it in an area that you do not understand. So anything that you want to do, and it happens all the time. So people work for 40 years, 35 years, and then they retire, and then all their savings, they invest in an area that they have absolutely no idea. You've never farmed, you've never had a garden in your house, and then you retire, you come back, you have $100,000, and then you go and buy 2 tractors, you have a farmland somewhere, you hire people there, they'll steal your fuel every day. And they'll go and plow for other people, and you'll be sitting in Accra, you go there and your tractor is broken down, and you now have to spend money instead of the little pension money you have buying your yourself medication. You use it to so that kind of research, and that is why the mindset of starting these things early is important. So that by the time that you have retired and you are venturing into an area, you have experimented it is working, and then it is working to the extent that even if you resign and go and run it, you'll be able to run it successfully.
Let's go to Amran here, where Yao is. Yao, good morning. Hello, Yao. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Yao.
I'm calling from Mama here.
Okay.
I've been listening to the things that you and your guests have been saying. They are very important. One other thing I want to add is intellectual property. If you go to Kumasi and other places, our young people are creating a lot of things. But trademark, intellectual property, patent, all this, some of them do not even know. And even nationally, we don't talk about it so much. Once a while, it will come in a conference statement. And even if you look at our national symbols, the Edinka symbol, somebody will just take a symbol, will go to China or elsewhere, print thousands and millions of the art and come and sell for free. All these things are conversations. Naturally, when I met you at the workout, I wanted to have a conversation on that, but that all of you were busy. So I am looking at how it could also be added to the conversation to have, because China has registered thousands of patents and intellectual properties and trademarks. And even it actually a revenue, just aside protecting whatever their innovations and their creations. So there's a lot that we can do to help our grassroots and the people on the street who do not know much about what we are talking about. But at the end of the day, this is add up to the national revenue generation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yao. And Yao be our last caller. He's talking about intellectual property, Kwame.
Yeah, so that is where I believe that the state must come in. There are certain things about business that the average person needs the state to support them. Okay, so for instance, to start a business, you must go through the incorporation at the Registrar General Department. Elsewhere, they will give you a number of startup pack documents, which would include intellectual property (IP). That is, if you are going to create something unique that you must own and so on. And so the state tends to protect you in those areas. So I think that the conversation about wealth creation, particularly from the point of view of entrepreneurship, has not been mainstreamed. Okay, and I think that the Registrar General's Department, particularly the Ministry of Trade, must take up these things, educate Ghanaians, be part of curriculum in the university, in across our educational system, so that as many as possible people would intentionally choose entrepreneurship as an option.
Great. Well, it's 19 minutes to 10. It means we should be wrapping up, Kwame. So let's wrap up by recapping everything that we've said. The 2026 wealth mindset. How do we create it?
So first of all, we have to be intentional the same way we are intentional about getting married. We have to be intentional about the same way we want to have kids. And so we must say that whether I have a fantastic degree or not, I still want to run a certain business. And how do I want to run it? What are the options available to me? How do I take a look at the global economy, the spaces around me, the things I do myself, the things I enjoy doing? How can I monetize those things? When you begin to answer those questions, then you can start going into the research, you can start going into the experiment of trying to do these things. And let's not forget a certain aspect that I probably didn't talk about, which is collaboration. Mm-hmm. We must begin to collaborate. You know, we only collaborate in Ghana when it's a party, and so we must contribute, or when there's a funeral and everybody comes to, everybody raises money to bury a dead person. Okay, but families don't come together and say that we think that we have our family land somewhere. Where can we raise 100,000 here? Where can we raise 4,000 here? How can we raise this and come together as a family and develop this property of ours? All right. So those are the things that I think that we can collaborate and do. So, for instance, one of the gentlemen spoke about he planting in his neighborhood and people laughing at him. You notice that these days these boys with trolleys gathering scrap from house to house. Okay, why can't we have the same arrangement where from house to house people who decide to grow certain things. For instance, when we were doing our hotel in Ho, we came across some plantain trees. I intentionally asked them not to cut. So by the following year, when there was a bar conference in Ho, for instance, and we wanted the lawyers, we hosted lawyers, and they wanted plantain for ampesi for breakfast. We got plantain from, and every time I visit Ho, I find plantain that we can harvest that we did not even intentionally cultivate. Now, can you imagine if 200,000 houses are intentionally cultivating the same way in Europe they do for solar, where where people invest in solar and then sell back to the grid. Okay, and they stay by and then they earn money from it.
Yeah.
So imagine if we are doing this and we have everyone is growing a particular item in a particular area, coconut for instance, and instead of people traveling to add also. So the boys who sell coconut can pick up coconut from every home along maybe Reggie Manuel, and then some business is created. You can find some money to pay your electricity bill and save your salary, isn't it?
Great, Kwame. I mean, it's been great having you join us. We have to do this another time. Thank you very much, Kwame. So there are those who say they want to reach out to you. How do they get in touch with you?
I'm in Facebook. I'm on Facebook all the time.
Kwame So Jr.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you know where to get him. Kwame So Jr. on Facebook. Get him. In case you want to meet him too, you can get him at Villandro.
Sometimes I'm there.
Sometimes. Yes. This is the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more.
All day to pay the bills I have to pay. Ain't it sad? And still there never seems to be a single penny left for me. That's too bad. In my dreams I have a plan. If I got me a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work at all. I'd fool around and have a ball.
Electroland Love Offers is here. Give your special one an electrified Valentine's gift. We've got you. Top brands, crazy discounts, and freebies. We are sorting you and your loved ones this Valentine. Rock love tunes with Samsung, TCL, or NASCO home theaters. Watch love movies on LED smart TVs. Chill out with our top air conditioners. Bedside fridge for champagne? Check. Cook up love with 4 to 6 grill and oven gas cooker? Check. Surprise them with top or front load washing machines. Visit our showrooms or go to www.electrolandgh.com or call 050-315-9739. Electroland, home of luxury affordable electronics.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Stallion, ain't no stable, no, you stay on the run. Ain't on the side, you're number one. Yeah, every time I come around, you get it done. 50-50, love the way you split it. 100 racks on me, spin it back. Light a match, get lit it back. That jet set, watch the sunset, kinda. Yeah, yeah. Rolling eyes back in my head, make my toes curl, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Any night, any day. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe.
So live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. You know what? If you've been dreaming of experiencing the 2026 FIFA World Cup live, but need a budget-friendly way to do it, Adanse Travels has you covered. Look, this is what they're doing. They've unveiled their campus-based World Cup travel package for the 2026 FIFA World Cup in USA and Canada. These packages offer secure accommodation within approved university campus hostels strategically located close to match venues, transport routes, and fun zones, giving you comfort, safety, and the full World Cup atmosphere at a more affordable price point. From 1 match to 2 to 3, you still get to choose how far your joy goes. Okay, so you know what to do. Call Adansi now on, simply send a message to the WhatsApp number 053-101-1617. The joy is here and it's yours to embrace. But if you need fuel, make the smart stop at Star Oil, Ghana's largest oil marketing company. With over 240 stations nationwide, Star Oil gives you high quality fuel, great service, and real value for money. And this is why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with a Star card, you can enjoy safe, cashless fueling and easy expense tracking. Wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuel. So let me tell you about Rosebank International University College. Stop dreaming about a world-class education and start living it. Rosebank International University College delivers global higher education to you right here in Ghana. They're fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, and GTEC. The international alliances with City and Guilds UK and Capsicum Culinary Studio unlock doors worldwide. Ready to lead in supply chain management, master the culinary art, or innovate with digital marketing and IT business systems. Enjoy premier education and world-class facilities at Rosebank International University College. Choose from a wide range of qualifications from diplomas and undergraduate to postgraduate degrees like DBA, MBA, MSc, and MPhil. Admissions are open now. Visit their campus at the iconic Opebia House, Accra, Airport Accra. Apply online at riuc.edu.gh or call 0307007800. Rosebank International University College, fast track your global career. But are you a business owner looking for a smarter way to keep an eye on your shop, restaurant, office, or warehouse anytime? Then let me introduce to you MTN Business Eye, which is your smart surveillance solution that gives you total visibility and control. It's powered by Wi-Fi, SIM connectivity, cloud storage, and solar energy. So your security never sleeps even when the lights go out. Enjoy 24/7 monitoring, real-time alerts, two-way audio, and reliable backup, all at affordable rates. Dial star 5060 hash today and keep your business in sight always with MTN Business Eye. MTN is everywhere you go. And Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices, has introduced an online store for your shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches. It's hassle-free, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks. Okay, so Eric, it's been a great day.
Amazing.
Yeah, having the conversation about the mindset shift, the wealth mindset for 2026.
Yeah. It is said that you look with your you look with your eyes, but you see with your mind.
Yes,
and that is a summary of the presentation Kwame Sowu Jr. did. And imagine, this is Kwame Sowu Jr. So if you get Kwame Sowu Sr., Charlie,
you know where Kwame Sowu Sr. is. But of course, we are continuing the series tomorrow, and tomorrow the focus is on modern budgeting and cash flow systems. Okay, and so we're moving beyond the traditional budgeting to building automated cash flow systems using the 2026 digital banking tools, or how you can, manage your mobile money. Banking asks for expense tracking and digital tools available to Ghanaians. Okay, and while we're looking at modern budgeting, we adopt the 50-30-20 rule for Ghanaian, including family obligations, funerals, and cultural expenses. How do we do that? And that's a conversation we're going to be having tomorrow here on the Super Morning Show. And so you don't want to miss any bit of it, okay? We're going to show you how you can manage your money very well.
Financial literacy.
It's very, very important, okay? So we're doing that tomorrow on the Super Morning Show. And so that's all from us this morning on behalf of the team led by Sami Odame. My name is Winston Amoah.
My name is Eric Osusai.